You are now listening to the Sae Bae Cast, the #1 old school RuneScape podcast featuring guests from all across Galanor. To support this podcast, visit the Patreon link in the description.
All right, welcome to the Sae Bae Cast number 94 with Sick Nerd. Sick Nerd, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm really excited for this conversation. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm nervous, but I am also excited. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on our podcast, though. It's been about 7 years, 8 years. So
and
it's
what
my first time in a while.
What podcast was that? For those wondering,
that was the Hexis podcast that some of you may know of.
What is the Hexis podcast? For those that have no idea what Hexis is.
Well, okay, there's a skilling clan. That's I don't know how popular they are nowadays, but I was a general in Hexis back in the day, right? And we were talking about getting a podcast going because skilling isn't that popular in RuneScape. At least it wasn't back then. I don't know what it's like now. I'm a burnout, so I don't really know about this stuff anymore. But no one really gave a shit. So we thought, hey, let's do a podcast, man. That'll be cool. That'll get people interested. Okay. And yeah, we did a thing where we'd all talk about nerdy shit. And it was probably really cringe. I can't watch them back myself now because they're so bad. But yeah, it was. I mean, they kept on going for a very long time, so they were pretty successful. Yeah, I guess.
No, they were good. Like I remember watching them, and I was just saying before this cast happened, like within the past year, I've seen the past like 5 episodes, or sorry, the first 5 episodes of the Hexis podcast, and like you're you're like the main character of like the first 5. I swear to God, and they're just good.
I've got a big mouth. I always have had a big mouth, so I guess I talk a lot. So I guess that might be why that's a thing, maybe.
The funniest part is like listening to those back. I feel like you're the you that you are now, but then I have to think back, like you weren't even like streaming. Like you were just a rank 1 RuneScape player. I feel like maybe you did stream. I guess
I did, but I was like then. I was pretty irrelevant. Like I think I streamed because I remember talking about it on my stream, but I was a lot like smaller than I am now. Like it was early days. And honestly, that might have helped me grow a little bit, to be honest, because people, they were on Reddit and stuff like that. And back then, being on the old school Reddit and like being on the front, that was kind of huge for publicity back then. That's how small we're talking. Nowadays, that probably wouldn't do a thing, to be honest. But.
So let's kind of take a step back. So you were rank 1 old school RuneScape, which is
for a very short time, yes.
So and, I want to hear the history of that. Like what? I don't know. And then kind of like maybe you could lead it into streaming, kind of how that like morphed into streaming.
I mean, curious. It was an accident, honestly. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I started RuneScape like a month after it came out, the old school one. Because at the time, I was a big COD player. I loved playing like COD. At the time, it was Black Ops 2, best COD game, by the way. And I remember my friends telling me, who I was playing with, like, "Oh, mate, old school RuneScape's coming back," and I was like. I remember saying only virgins play RuneScape, and which I was like 20 or something, and a virgin, so I don't know why I was flaming. And then a month later, I started playing it, and then I kind of got addicted. But I wasn't very good at the game because I didn't play it since like 2010, 2011 or something. I quit quite early, like way before EOC happened. So I was just playing it casually. I was in school still, kind of. I couldn't play that much either, but. Back then, the bar was kind of low for like who the best player was, so you could kind of rank up easily. So I was just playing it casually. When I say casually, I was playing like 8 hours a day. Like I only had like 2 or 3 hours of college a day, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah. But so I played a lot, and I accidentally got like rank 3 or something. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I might as well get rank 1 because I'm really close. So I got it like a few months later, but it didn't last long after that. I kind of burnt out. That's kind of my thing, so it didn't last that long.
I'm just surprised, like I don't know, you're a fucking gamer. I remember when the new Call of Duty, whatever the newest Call of Duty that came out a couple years ago, you like had a little
the Modern Warfare reboot.
Yeah, and you also got rank 1 in there in the world.
But I cheated.
Oh,
I didn't cheat. You can go on Ground War and use tanks, and I like tanks, so I just drove around shooting people in tanks all day. You get a lot of experience for that, so I got rank 1 kind of by doing. It wasn't really legit or anything. It was just fun.
Just get the rank.
But it was
1
cool. It was a good screenshot to get. So
I think that's cool. So. What was it like? There's got to be a few listeners that are just, would love a taste of what it's like being rank 1. How was it? What's it like being rank 1 in a video game such as RuneScape?
I don't really remember the feeling. I was kind of proud of it because obviously, like, when you're growing up and you're playing RuneScape, anyone who's played it for like decades will like, wow, Zeah, wow, so cool, and you kind of want that for yourself in a way. So when it happens, just kind of, that's kind of cool. But after a while, it becomes normal, right? Everything becomes normal eventually. So it just becomes kind of, whatever. As I said, I didn't keep it for that long because I kind of got bored really fast. And Iron Man mode came out around the time I got rank 1. I think it was like becoming popular. And I thought that was way more fun. So I just thought, fuck this. I'm not really down to continue. I mean, I can tell the story of why I stopped. I guess it kind of feeds into that.
Let's hear it.
Because back then, like, I remember talking about how I wanted to get 200 mil all and be rank 1 and lock it in. Mm-hmm. But then, this little guy called Lynx Titan came out of nowhere, right? You might have heard of him.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Should get him on the podcast, actually.
I don't even know where to reach out to him.
Not do I. I spoke to him once, I think, and it was very brief. So I don't know where he is. But he started like climbing the ranks really fast, and I was just kind of like, I kind of think to myself, because I was streaming at the time as well. I just started, and I kind of built my stream off of the fact that I was like I think I started like rank 4 or something. So I kind of used that to jumpstart my streaming career. But I was just thinking, like, I'm not enjoying this game right now. The way I'm playing it, it's not fun. So I was kind of like, do I want to play this for another like 8 years to get 200 all? And probably lose anyway because Lynx Titan's such a demon. Do I want to dedicate my like 20s to being second best? So I thought, nah, fuck that. I thought like I enjoyed streaming way more, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do what I think's fun and try and build a streaming career off this because this is probably the best job I'll ever get.
Yeah.
And so I thought I'd pursue that instead. That seemed like a much more like fulfilling, fun thing to do that would actually benefit me as well. Like, it became my job and I still do it now. So I don't think it was the wrong call or anything. Although for everybody known as that guy who burnt out of being rank 1. So whatever. That's fine, I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, in hindsight, it's like, oh, thank God you burnt out. Like, it's funny. I don't know if you know who Fat Clouds is, do you?
I know of him. I don't think I've ever spoke to him, but I know who he is, yeah.
He was going for 200 mil all on his Iron Man, and he burnt out, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. And it was like, nobody was like, dang, he's a burnout. Everyone just like, thank God. Like, good for him. Like,
how close was he? I don't know, like, how that race is going.
He's like 2.7 bill on an
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
On an Iron Man.
He was
That's
like
crazy.
He was like ranked 10 or something. And he actually did a stream yesterday where he was playing RuneScape again, but I don't think he has the same mindset. But anyway.
It's a really toxic mindset. I don't know, like, if you've ever got that. I know you're kind of part of the HLC kind of thing, right?
Well,
I don't know,
like I definitely play a lot, and but I've never had that extreme competitive nature of like, competing for ranks. But I know, like, I have a little glimpse. I can kind of just have a little glimpse of what it would be like, because I could see myself being in that position if I had started like super early or something. I feel like it could happen to anyone. Just seeing the number.
It probably could.
Like, oh yeah.
I mean, I got to a point where I was like, I feel like it's like a mental illness when you're that addicted to a game, because I was at a point where if I didn't play like 14 hours a day efficiently, I would feel bad and kind of beat myself up over it. And I remember thinking at the time, this is ridiculous. What am I doing? But I did it for a few months, and I kind of kept going with it for a couple months before I kind of was like, okay, this isn't worth it. Because, you kind of get in that copium stage when you're like high rank and you don't want to drop off, but that you finally bite the bullet and be like, nah, this isn't what I want to do with my life. I'm good. So it's a bit weird, really.
No, that's definitely kind of how this game could be. If you have nothing else going on in your life and this is it, like, it's all consuming. But
Yeah, that's definitely how I was back then, for sure.
But there's something also about being a NEET where, like, the game loses its enjoyment pretty quickly. As soon as you have nothing else going on, unless you're just built differently. Like, there are people that are just, like, fucking insane.
Yeah, I've always tried to do something else at the same time. I really fast started trying to stream because I've always wanted to get into content creation. I just could never, like, I could never afford it, right? Because I come from a kind of a poor background. I never had the equipment. I played a lot of COD. I wanted to, like, make sniping montages and shit, but I could never afford, like, the recording equipment or anything like that. Like, the only reason I could start streaming was because I got, like, a hand-me-down computer from my brother that was completely fucked. Like, my original streaming PC had a desk fan, like, duct taped onto, like, the CPU, the back of it. And I took the side of the case off, and that's how I kept it cool. And I was on, like, a 2-seater couch in my parents' kitchen, like, and it was so scuffed. Yeah, it was. I don't know. I wanted to stream fast. I got into it because of that, and that's the equipment I used. Yeah. And that's the only reason I could do it, because I got a free PC off of my brother. So, thanks, Anthony, mate, if you're watching this.
Well, let's hear a little bit more about, like, your whole streaming, because, like, I feel like a lot of people that have started streaming can kind of relate to the, like, very humble beginnings. I mean, I was sleeping on the fucking floor for a bit, and I was eating ramen, but
that's pretty humble.
Yeah, the definitely humble beginnings. But let's take a step back. What actually got you to stream the first time? You were playing old school at this time, right?
Well, actually, I had another Twitch channel. I streamed twice. I'd kind of had two beginnings because. On my current channel, I started streaming because I was in Hexis, and I was maxing. I was the third or fourth person to max in old school. I forgot which one it was. I think fourth, because it was Jebrim and then User, then Vestfold, I think, in order, then me. But they all maxed like 3 months before I did, because I was the first slow person to max. So I was the first loser. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. I was the first. I was going to be fifth, but the guy was fourth, got banned for botting like a week before he maxed. So I was about to be fifth. So that was kind of nice. I forgot his name, but wait, what was the question again?
Just like your beginnings of streaming.
Yeah,
how you got into streaming. The first time.
I was maxing, and my clan was like, "Yo, you should stream this," and I was like, "Fine, I'll stream it, I guess." And I remember. It was really popular. I think Boaty hosted my first stream on that channel because mate, Boaty's uplifted so many content creators. I'm probably one of the biggest beneficiaries of it. Like, he's helped me out a ton, like, over the years. Definitely gave me a leg up. I think I'd still be doing well without him, but he definitely helped a lot.
That's awesome.
But yeah, he hosted it, and my last night time was mining. And I remember, like, I was on, like, the Hexis TeamSpeak, and Jebrim was there. And he was like backseating me, like I was doing like the last 5,000 XP on Granite, right? And every time he was like, "Sick nerd, you're missing ticks" and shit like that. And I'm like, "Mate, I'm about to max. Leave me alone." Like, I remember that so well. And I think I was the first person to max in Prifdinus because there was an event at the time where Prifdinus was open for like the first year anniversary of old school. So I was like the only person to max there for like 5 years or whatever.
Wait,
which was kind of a weird flex.
What did it look like?
It was literally just grass. And there was like a few like big tables with chickens on it and stuff. And like, I think there was some big NPCs, like trolls you could talk to or something. It was really bad. Yeah. I think the video is on Jebrim's channel, actually, if you're actually that curious. Like, he's got my maxing party on his channel and you can see what it looked like. It looked terrible. But yeah, that is a thing.
I just love the areas that Jagex would throw into the game, like Nightmare Zone and KVD, just like replicas of the
early
square.
days were really humble. Yeah, just a square with like stuff in it. I mean, it's come a long way. I remember like the first up. Did you play like right at the start?
No, I didn't play until like midway through 2015.
Okay, so you missed the really scuffed years. I remember the first like year. I missed the first month. But I remember the first year, the first update to ever come in the game that was actually significant was Nightmare Zone, and I voted yes to it.
Oh,
and I will regret that.
Fucking idiot.
Mate, the thing is,
what got you to... Was it just the fact that you needed content? Yeah, that
it was desperation.
Yeah. That's fair.
The game was dying like so bad. It got to like under 10,000 concurrent players on like off-peak times, and it was really bad. Yeah. Like, everyone was kind of losing hope. It was like, it's over, guys. It was a good run. And then Nightmare Zone got pulled. I was like, oh my God, Nightmare Zone. This will change everything. It did. It actually it boosted it a lot because everyone started like AFKing for 6 hours in there and stuff like that.
Dear God. So
it boosted the
game.
player numbers a lot.
Yeah.
And then God Wars came out, and then the game kind of blew up after that. So it went up to like 20, 30k concurrent and kept climbing since.
That's cool. It really is like the PVMing stuff that kind of kept the game afloat. It feels like.
I think it was started because of PvP, but PVM just took over.
Yeah,
and no one really give a shit about PvP, and they still don't really. Like, it's a super niche community, which is sad, but you know, unlucky. Just get more PKs, I guess.
Yeah. Why is it sad? I want to ask you that. And I know you're not like super into old school right now, and we'll get to that.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't play that actively anymore, but I guess it's sad because a lot of people like it and grow up with it, and it's sad that it's not there anymore. So I guess it just sucks that they don't have the thing they love anymore.
That's fair.
That's it, really. I don't have any like deep philosophical reason for it or anything.
No, I mean, like, I miss the fact that there's no bounty hunter, even though I never participated in it. It was cool to like go to a stream and people were just doing bounty hunter streams and stuff. Like, just
I like bounty hunter, like the OG bounty hunter in the volcano.
Oh,
that was
okay.
cool.
No, not that one.
I didn't like the Edgeville kind of scuffed version.
Yeah,
it never really hit the same for me.
That's fair. Well, I never participated in either, but that just
I've never
reminds me of the good old days of PKing, like 2015 streams, watching people do bounty hunter.
Yeah, it was nice seeing like a populated wilderness. It's kind of sad what it's become.
Yeah.
But I guess the games evolve over time, and this is how it's evolved. So it is what it is, really.
Okay, so you played as a main account, and then you moved to Iron Man, and then you also had a fucking decked out hardcore. Is that one still alive, by the way?
It is still alive, but I'm just gonna not play it until everyone else dies, and it'll be the best again.
Yeah.
That's the plan. But yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, let's hear that then. So you quit your main because it was just like Link's Titan was.
Well, I quit my main because, yeah, as I said, I got so bored of doing the rank 1 shit, and Iron Man was at the time everyone was doing like unofficial Iron Man on Twitch. I remember it started with like someone old school who refused to get Barrow's gloves, and he got 99 sleep with iron gloves. That was great to watch. And then I think Emily started doing it, and she never really got that far. I remember seeing her killing skeletons in full myth with bronze knives or something, and I was just thinking, what the fuck are you doing? And then I think Boaty was like, he was one of the last guys to start doing it, I think. He was very reluctant to get on Iron Man, which is kind of funny because it really blew his channel up. I mean, he was always big. Boaty was always massive. But Iron Man really took his stuff to the next level. So,
oh, yeah.
And I guess Foe started before him too. He got on it quite early, I think. I don't remember too well.
Yeah. Did he play? He played as an Ultimate originally, right? Or was it an Iron Man?
Foe?
Yeah, I just remember Fultimate. And again, this is like before my time.
I think that was after.
Yeah,
I think he made an official Ultimate eventually, but he did an unofficial Iron Man. Then he made an Iron Man.
I see.
And then he made an Ultimate, I guess. I don't remember like the history of everyone, but that's what I remember, something like that. But nah, he did that kind of late, I guess.
I was thinking like actual Iron Man, but you're talking about the unofficials. So wait, what? Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was. I guess he was one of the. That's why they had those NPCs in Lumbridge named after them.
Yeah.
Like Adam and Paul. That. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I don't see why they had to do that.
What's up with that? Is it just to like not play favorites or something like that? I don't know.
Guess, but I don't think there's anything wrong with playing favorites, which might be biased because I could be one of those people who could be put in the game. I think I'm in the game 3 times across both RuneScapes, which is kind of neat.
That's cool.
But I don't know. I don't really care. Like, even before I was a streamer, I didn't care. I remember that duck thing. Do you remember actually, I guess you don't.
Yeah, no. I think I do know what you're talking about, but I wasn't actually there at the time. But it was like one of the James.
So I think that's ridiculous. Like, who cares? Like, there was a female streamer called Erin who I think still streams, and Mod Reach added a duck in Falador Park named after her, and then the community lost their fucking minds over it, so they removed it in a week. I never got the big deal of it. I just think it's silly. Who cares if there's like a little nod to like somebody? Like, that's kind of what RuneScape's always done.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
With pop culture, or I mean, I guess streamers are pretty like light on the pop culture, but it's still a part of things, so I guess it's okay.
What is the biggest uproar of controversy that like the old school community's ever seen? Like unnecessary uproar.
controversy.
Yeah. Like the duck thing. Is there anything that tops that?
So many good ones, man. I don't know. There's so many. Like somebody's bitching about something else every week, so it's really hard to pick.
I know.
I guess the thing that stands out to me is something like the Pride event thing, like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Not the recent
every
one, but the
fucking
one
year it's like the same.
Yeah. They only did it twice. They did it once 4 years ago, and then this year, I think. And they didn't do it for 3 years because they got bullied out of it.
Did they really?
Yeah, they pretty much bowed down to peer pressure of everyone being like, no politics in my video game and stuff. And it's just like, man, they got you a rainbow scarf and you picked some flowers. Get over it, you fucking losers. But that's unnecessary as hell. Like, grow up. But that's not the worst one. That's just what came to mind. There's probably been loads of really weird shit that's happened over the years that I've just completely blocked out because it's been like a decade of RuneScape history at this point.
Yeah.
And it's constant stuff. Just there's always something.
I love like
really hard to pick.
I love like the old school drama, like the super far back. I just remember the first piece of drama I really ever kind of knew about was the trance music Poison Ivy relationship.
Oh yeah,
some like wedding. Like he bought a wedding ring after real world trading or something like that.
It was like 40 grand or something.
Jesus Christ.
Which is insane. I mean, I guess it was free. He got it with RuneScape gold, so whatever, I guess. But that's crazy. I'm such a cheapskate, man. I would never. I never got my wife a wedding ring. I got her an engagement ring, which was like just a silver band. We just don't do that. So someone spending 40k, and that's fine if you do that kind of stuff, obviously. But to me, I was just like, damn, man. Yeah. I wonder if they're still together. Honestly, I mean, they seem pretty happy.
I heard he plays like World of Warcraft or something. I haven't, like, I'm not up to date with any of this at all, but I think they are still together, unless, and again, I've not looked into this whatsoever, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was never that tight with Trance, to be fair, so I've never kept up with him, but I mean, I hope they're still happy, because why wouldn't I, you know? Yeah. Like, I hope they worked it out.
Yeah,
it was that very weird though. I remember watching the live stream of him like sticking a toilet brush in his mouth and shit, like because she said so. If you saw that,
no,
he did a lot of weird shit on stream, man.
Yeah,
like
that's. I mean, I wouldn't expect any less from like somebody that was. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard some things. I've also watched those early Hexis podcasts. Like I have like a little bit of, I don't know. I feel like I know them slightly, but I don't actually. But yeah.
See. Yeah, that's that parasocial thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
you really know everything about someone because you watch them and you know nothing. You don't know shit about them.
Were you?
Or they were around.
Were you aware of the Coxie drama and stuff?
Well, the recent one.
Yeah, just recently, where everyone's an expert and knows exactly what's happening.
I saw like one tweet. I don't really care.
That's good.
My take is just like, if you cheat, you should get banned. Unlucky. I don't know. I mean. Yeah, I don't really play favorites with that. I wish Jagex was kind of more like brutal with that kind of stuff because they famously just don't do shit, and then everyone, you know, has the mentality of, well, they're never going to do anything, so I might as well abuse it. That's probably what he was doing. He was like, I won't get punished anyway, I might as well. Everyone else is going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of would like to see that stop. So they should.
Yeah. No. I mean, there's got to be a line eventually where somebody gets permanently banned because we have seen it over and over and over where people just get temp bans, and it's like
it was a lot worse on RuneScape 3, like a lot worse. Well, to put it in like old school terms, there's a raid on RuneScape 3 which you could kind of compare to like raids, and you could skip to the final boss, like the Olm, just instantly and kill it and farm the final drop over and over and over again. And that drop was worth like 5 bill even with the exploit in the game, so it was really fucking. I mean, I guess that's like 500 mil, but it would have been a lot more. But we could just skip to the end, and I think it worked in all 3 of the raids, and they all had big drops. So. Yeah, they didn't do shit. They banned people for like a week after 2 years of doing that. So, yeah, it could be worse. Could be worse.
All right. What was the best time of old school, in your opinion? Best, like, I don't know, era?
What year did it was like the Cox Inferno TOB release time? Like when they come out like back to back to back in like 2 years or something?
Yeah, it was like 2017 to 2018 was pretty good.
Yeah. That was brilliant. They also released like hardcore during that time, and then they start. They had Deadman mode kind of in its heyday as well.
Oh
and,
yeah. There was
like,
a lot of good
everything.
updates, and they felt
it
so
was.
frequent too.
Yeah, nowadays it's depressing. That's why I'm not quit, but I play like super casually. Like I came back for TOA, did like 60 raids, got bored. It was fun,
Yeah.
but I just the updates
Like,
are so
why are you
infrequent
doing it?
now.
Yeah.
And I don't really get it. I mean, I guess when dev teams get bigger, there's a lot more like bureaucracy and shit like that going on instead of actual dev work. But the team's so big and it feels like there's no updates anymore. And I don't know shit about game development, so I don't feel like I can really judge or say anything. But it is kind of disappointing to see how stagnant the game has become over the last like 3 years.
Yeah, it really does feel that way. And it is so strange. It felt like updates were being just shat out over like 2017, 2018 with a way
They had
smaller
like
team.
5 devs during the 5 to 6, 5, 7 during the heyday when all the good stuff was happening we were just talking about, and now there's so many devs. I don't know. I guess again it's like I don't know shit about game development, but I just feel like I would like more things, please. Like that kind of feeling.
Yeah, that's how I feel too now. I'm just like, dude, just give us stuff. Even if it's busted, like just give it to us.
That's why I voted yes to Nightmare Zone. So you can't blame me. That's why.
Yeah. No, I mean, you just need content. So yeah, I totally understand. I would have hated you at the time because when I first got into old school in 2015, everybody was walking around level 122 with like 60 prayer, 20 slayer. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
That did kind of suck.
It did.
I remember I was one of the first guys to like 120, like combat-ish.
And that was
badass
so at the time. Oh, yeah.
It was cool as hell. And then, like 3 months later, everyone had 122 combat. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But whatever. I didn't care that much. It was just kind of nice to see all the level 60s running around, figuring stuff out. And then everyone just became like this 120 combat guy with like 12 mining. I was like, okay, everyone's like this now. It is what it is.
It looked very private servery. Okay.
It did, yeah.
So you had, at one point, I will even say it, you had the greatest hardcore Iron Man of all time.
It was definitely like in contention for the best. I don't know if it was the best.
Well, all I know is like, I feel like you were kind of tied with, what was his name?
XZN?
No, the other guy. Oispa.
Oh, he died.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have never passed him. He died.
Maybe it was XZN. Wait, did he pull a scythe before you?
Yeah, I think I did. I remember doing trio raids with him and Mutz, us 3 together. We did the first hardcore only trio raid. That was kind of cool. I leached all of them, but hey, it is what it is.
It's funny how that was like seen as so incredibly prestigious. When you see a stream now that says Hardcore Iron Man TOB, you're like, residence.
Yeah, it's
like,
whatever.
Nobody
it's
cares.
Funny because like it was back then, like a hardcore doing TOB was actually like so insane. No one did it.
Oh yeah.
And I think after I completed it, people were kind of like, "Oh, this must be fucking easy." Because I'm not like a demon on the sticks or anything. I'm good. I was not anymore. I'm so washed up, it's ridiculous. But after people saw that a relatively 8 out of 10 PVMer can do it, so everyone else started doing it who were like better than me or So that's when it became more normal. And I mean, me and Mutz did it at the same time, and I would say he's better than me, but we're both humble PVMers. I don't think either one of us are like cracked. So that made it more normal.
Yeah, there was, I don't know, back in those days, Hardcore Iron Man was the shit. Like, it was so cool. Anybody that was a hardcore was just awesome. Bodhi, if you ever pop into a Bodhi stream, he's always talking about, like, the greatest hardcores currently. Yeah. And that was just all the game revolved around. And now I feel like it's kind of going back.
It's a shame, because everything. It would probably still be like that if Jagex had good servers.
Yeah.
That put everyone off, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know. It was also like depressing seeing just people dying to a server disconnect and then just getting really depressed over it. Like, I don't know. It just felt like this is inevitably going to lead to your demise of your mental health.
How long did it take Bodhi to finally die to an actual death? It was like 7 hardcores or something.
What was the actual death? It wasn't the Corp Cave. Or
I think it was. I guess that might have been the first actual death, but it wasn't even an actual death. So I guess it was. I don't know. Actually, it was probably kind of in recent years when I drifted away a bit from old school, because the last like 2 or 3 years I've not been as active in the community as I was. So it probably happened in that window, because I don't really remember it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't keep like terribly up to date with Bodhi's progress on his accounts, but yeah. No, he kept getting scammed
now,
basically.
Hasn't he? He's a call log gamer now.
Yep. I wonder how long this phase lasts for, because that's what it feels like. It feels like we're in the collection log phase-ish. It's not like overwhelming. Yeah, it's not like completely over-dominating, but it definitely feels like that's the new...
It's not as dominant as the hardcore meta was. That was ridiculous. Oh, yeah. Like, if you weren't playing a hardcore on Twitch, you would get, like, so much less views. Like... Yeah. And if you died, you'd see your numbers cut in half overnight.
Unless you remade. You literally were like held at gunpoint. Like, are you remaking and holding your current viewer base? Maybe even like raising a little bit?
Yeah.
Maybe continue as a normal
It's actually one of the things that made me drift away from the old school section. I mean, I only remade once, and it was because I DC'd. That was the only time I did it. But seeing everyone else doing it was like, I do not want to get caught in this like trap of like remaking RuneScape accounts over and over again. So I really hard switched into like trying to find a new niche, and I feel like I have, but I still haven't in a way, because it's kind of hard. Variety streaming on Twitch is hard. Like, if you stream one game, you just go live, right?
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. Everyone knows what you're doing. There's no like figuring it out or trying to attract people to like a different thing, or like trying to show something off, or finding what else to do. Variety, like, it's like having a job. It's crazy. You gotta, like, do stuff. If you just stream the same game, it's not so bad, because you know it's very standard.
Yeah.
Like, it becomes second nature. It requires so little effort.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start branching out, it's terrifying. At least when you do it as a living, like, you just don't know. You're hunting for the next kind of like game you enjoy / is a paycheck, because you need to make money from it. So
yeah,
it's a little bit weird, but occasionally you'll find a game that's just really fun, and you'll play it for however long, and then you'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah, the cool thing about your stream and just you as a person, as an entertainer, is you actually did have the skills as an entertainer to move on to variety. We see it so often where people like think they build up to like 50 or 100 viewers on RuneScape, and they're like, all right, time for variety. Back down to fucking 5 viewers.
I did that, and thanks for the compliment, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I've got imposter syndrome to the max on that, but I think most people do. Like, if you can think critically and analyze yourself, you're probably going to have a bit of imposter syndrome, a little bit.
That's true.
But yeah, I tried that. When I first tried to do variety, I played H1Z1 in 2015, and I had like 20k followers on Twitch. I was doing okay. And I remember the first month I did variety, I lost like 1,000 followers, and it kind of broke me a little bit. I was so upset. It was so upsetting. I mean, even to this day, like, I grow very little doing variety, but I actually maintain my like viewer like or follower numbers and stuff like that. I try not to be super over the top on analytics, because it's depressing.
Yeah,
but you kind of have to as well, because it's just how it is.
Yeah,
you can't do that cold turkey. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just like, I don't know. I always like to hear how variety kind of gets mixed into it and how it goes for a lot of people, because it is scary venturing off into something else that's not your main game.
It's like something you have to do really slowly. If you just like do it, your channel will die. Like, what I did was I did like a 4-hour RuneScape stream or whatever, then I would do like a few hours of something else to like sort of warm people up to it, I guess. And I still don't take that advice, but that is the best thing you can do. I still just, do shit. And I do notice if I do it the dumb way, I get way less numbers. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I can just play stuff and it's fine, but it's got to be a certain type of game. Like, I started playing something recently called Genfanad, which is like a RuneScape classic type game.
Yeah.
And that did really well. I just played that and it's fine. But some games that are like, often AAA titles don't do that well on my channel, because everyone's streaming them. It's so like, what's the word, oversaturated on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like everyone's doing it, so why would they watch me? And they can watch someone else, like force and do it or whatever. So for me, it's like all about finding like a niche, like small game that's like really fun, and those are the games that I do really well on. And I think those are the games everyone does well on. You just got to find something like a hidden gem kind of thing.
Yeah, you definitely gotta love it as well. Like people will know if you love it or you're just playing it to play it.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like RuneScape 3 was like that when I stopped playing it, because no one, like some people stream it. It's got a community and stuff. There's a few big streamers on there, but it's relatively like it's unexplored. Like no one knows much about RuneScape 3 other than those who actually go in there and try it. And I fucking loved it, man. It was like learning RuneScape again, because after like a week, you kind of figure out, hey, this is just old school RuneScape with a paint job, you know? It's got loads of new stuff, and I loved it. I still play it. I haven't played for like a week, but that's pretty recent for me.
There was a question. It was like kind of actually, this is it here. Let me actually just go to Twitter right now. So,
okay.
Maze has a few questions. First one is, what are your favorite parts of both RS3 and OSRS? And then the second one is, which version do you currently prefer, RS3 or OSRS?
Well, the current version would probably be RS3, because I've played old school to death. At least everything up until like 2019, I feel like I have a pretty good like insight on. At one point, I'll come back to old school and do the same thing and like relearn everything.
Yeah. And
that'll be really fun to like explore everything. But RS3's just got like, imagine like not playing old school for like 15 years and you jump back in and there's all those updates.
Yeah.
It's insane. The amount of stuff is ridiculous. And it is ultimately just the same game, just a bit different. So I love that game.
So like you played as an Iron Man,
last
right?
month? Yeah, I wouldn't play it as a main. The MTX stuff is no joke. Like I mean, you can ignore it, but it is kind of cringe. So
wait, so there is no
microtransactions
in
not
Iron
really.
Man. Okay.
It's like a Premier Club thing where you can like reset an aura once per day. I don't know if you know what those are, but it's relatively like, don't matter. Who cares?
That's cool.
Kind of stuff. So I like that a lot. What was the rest of the question? It was like, what's my favorite aspects of the games?
Yeah.
I guess old school would just be, because I'm a burnout, it's all the seasonal events like leagues and Dead Man, and quest speed running was kind of a seasonal thing. I've not done that yet though, because it kind of sucks. They made it into like very alt heavy, where you need like 10 accounts to hold NPCs in specific locations to get the best times, and it's just like kind of ruined it. And yeah, stuff like that, seasonal activities, I guess, are the best for me. And RS3, I guess quests. I like read all the quest dialogue. I got a quest cape on there. I read every dialogue line pretty much, and I wanted to learn the lore of the game.
Was it good?
And I feel like it's amazing, man. I almost cried on some quests. I'm not even kidding.
Damn.
Like the lore is incredible on RS3. Some of the quests suck, but some of them are really good. I don't know, like.
Oh, there's like voice acting too, isn't there?
Some of them.
Okay.
But there's like 5 quests that are like properly voice acted, and then some of them just have like key lines voice acted, and it's just kind of shit. Like they've got to stop with the budget cuts, man. It's ridiculous. They could be really good, but unfortunately they're not. So I read them myself, but everyone loved it. I enjoyed it a lot because I always wanted to kind of actually know what happens in RuneScape, and it turns out the lore is like, it's probably the best lore in any like MMO I've ever played. I've played like 3 MMOs, so my experience isn't that wide, but the lore is amazing. It's so good.
Yeah. What do you think about like OSRS continuing RS3's lore? Like some people want OSRS to turn into a different game entirely, like take a new path, but some people just want like RS3 stuff to be put into old school. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'd like something different, I guess, because like I've played both. I wouldn't want to play it again.
Yeah,
you know,
that's fair.
So I'd like to be able to switch between them and get a different experience. I guess. I mean, RS3's got a lot of good stuff you like old school could take away, but why would you do that? I mean, at the end of the day, Jagex has 2 different products essentially there. Why make them the same? Because it doesn't make sense from a business perspective, nor does it make sense from like a enjoyment perspective, unless you just kind of want to play the same game that looks different.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's kind of dumb, but that's just my opinion, you know?
So I should have asked this like earlier on in the cast, but Ray BCD asks, when does RuneScape become unhealthy?
Kind of like what I said earlier, when it feels like a mental illness when you're beating yourself up because you're not playing it enough. That's probably like a pretty hard line. I guess when you I think anything becomes a problem when you start neglecting like responsibility or like taking care of yourself or whatever to do the thing that's considered like leisure, right? It's like something that's done for fun takes over like real shit. That's probably when you should chill. I've probably like offended half the audience right now, but I still do it. We probably all fucking do it to a certain degree, right?
Yeah.
Was
there like
that's probably it.
Was there a certain moment when you were like rank 1 or just like approaching that where you just like took a look around your room potentially and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Or was there never really that like random realization?
I mean, I'll be honest, like, yeah, I get it was a slow thing though. It was more like the realization of how long it would take, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna take 7 to 8 years of my life, and I'm probably not even gonna be rank 1 at the end of it because, and I was kind of like, why the fuck would I do that? It just didn't seem worth it. Mm-hmm. That's such a long time. That'd be like 10% of my life or something for very little. I wasn't enjoying it, so it was just
there definitely was a point where you were enjoying it though, right? Like
I did enjoy it a lot at one point, but that's the thing with me. I enjoy things like a lot. I still do this now. Like I'll play the hell out of something, and then I'll just suddenly one day to the next be like, nah, I'll just burn out so fast.
Yeah,
and I still do that now, so
it's cool that you don't need to hide it either, though. I think that's like the best part to be in is like you didn't have to rely on the game, because the worst thing is seeing somebody just fucking hate what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm very, very thankful for that. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I would still make like a better living playing exclusively RuneScape, but the fact that I can make a comfortable living doing what the hell I want is kind of the dream of any content creator, right?
Yeah.
So absolutely. I am very lucky to be in that position because most people can only dream to have that. So yeah, I'm pretty blessed when it comes to that.
Okay, Evil Twigster asks, what was it like moving from Leeds to Denmark? Favorite changes, things you missed most?
Jesus.
And why did you move?
Well, I moved. I used to live in England, for those who don't know, and now I live in Denmark. I moved because my wife is Danish. We met online. We met through my stream, and we got to talking like off stream. And over the course of like a few years, we ended up, trying things out. And then, we became a couple. And after like a couple of years, I just moved over here because I think I saw that question on Twitter, and it was like, why did I move and she didn't, and stuff like that. And yeah, I like traveling. I love seeing different places. She doesn't. She's a bit of a homebody, so I moved to her because I don't really give a shit where I live as long as it's not getting bombed or something, right? I just don't care. So I moved. I didn't really hesitate because at the time I was living with my parents. She had her own place. That also made sense because you kind of want to move out if you can, right? Mm-hmm. But I did go back and forth. I like rented a place with my brother for a while and stuff when I was in the UK, because obviously it takes a while to move. You have to get permission and all this kind of stuff. And fortunately, I moved before Brexit happened because that's made things a lot more complicated over here. But I got all that done before then, so fortunately, I don't have any issues there. So it was actually really easy to move, to be honest, minus the the logistics of it and like moving your life over, like all your bank accounts and phones and all that kind of stuff is a bit annoying. But I didn't really have that much going on in the UK. Like at the time, I was pretty much just a NEET with very little anything. So moving now from Denmark back to the UK would be a much more complicated thing because like I have a house here now and a car and all this other shit. Like I've got like stuff going on. I've got like so it'd be just harder to do. Yeah, exactly. Back then I literally had a suitcase and a PC, so it was really fucking easy. I mean, leaving my family kind of sucked. Yeah, right? That's obviously not good. But yeah, we called each other, so it was okay, I guess.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
Yeah, it was weird.
How is Denmark comparative? Like, is it like I have never been to like anywhere in Europe, so I just
I've never been to anywhere in America, so
really
I would like to visit.
Wait, you've never even visited?
No, it's fucking it's expensive to fly over there, man. It's crazy. It's like, well, and especially now, it's probably even more. But I've always wanted to go to America because when you're a kid in Europe, most of the media you see is American, so it's kind of like you see it as like this like special place. And I mean, obviously now I don't see it as the special place, but I would like to visit it. You know, the culture, the countryside, you know, the food. I'd love to see it and try it all out for myself, but I don't have the rose tinted glasses anymore like I was when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, it was about Denmark, wasn't it? And I started ranting about America.
How's Denmark? How is like just moving around in like anywhere in Europe? Because for me, it just feels like it's all kind of it's all like a different United States where you can just go freely across. Like, states and stuff.
It depends on the country because every country does have its own like laws, kind of like the states do, I guess. But it is kind of just like the United States of Europe, at least on like a basic level. Like I often just drive across the German border to like buy crates of Pepsi Max for cheaper, and I just drive it back over without any border checks or anything. So it's like really chill. But I think that's kind of a benefit of there's the EU, and then there's like a thing called like the Schengen zone or something, which is like best buddy countries or some shit. It's like a different trading block, and it's very, very lax on what you can do. Those two countries are in there. So, yeah, it's really chill. Denmark as a country is really nice. It's like, it feels like a bit of a utopian country compared to where I come from, because I grew up on a council estate in Leeds, which is pretty dingy. And now I live in like a fairly nice like neighborhood in Denmark, which is like one of the richest countries in the world. So I kind of moved up a social class by accident. It's kind of weird because I don't really fit in.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Whatever. I'm not complaining.
That's cool. So it's like it's beautiful there.
I mean, some parts of it are. Some parts of it are shit, like everywhere else. It's not like they don't have their problems here, because they do. But it's definitely better than the UK and where I grew up. And I'm sure there's parts of the UK that are great as well, but I never saw them.
If you were to go to United States, where would you want to visit?
If I was to go to the US, I'd probably go for like seeing like nature stuff. Like I'd probably go to like the Colorado mountains or like Washington or something like that. That sort of stuff interests me a lot. Maybe go see like the what's the waterfall between Canada and the US called? That
Niagara
big one.
Falls.
Yeah, that one. I'd probably go up there. It'd be for in nature kind of thing, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the food, probably nice. If I was going to go for food, I'd go to like Texas or something, because, you know, I've heard things about the barbecues there, but I wouldn't go for any other reason, really. I guess it'd just be like the natural stuff and just to eat things, which I guess is a pretty good reason.
I had like popped into your stream earlier this morning, and you like it just happened to be playing Gran Turismo 4 and or was it 4? I don't even know what
7.
7. Jesus,
they're pretty much the same game.
I'm living so far like in the past.
Did you ever play those games? I remember playing
I played Gran Turismo 2 on my PS1. That game was fire.
Those games were amazing back then. They're still good, but they're nothing compared to their heyday. They were so fun back then. Yeah,
they were awesome. My dad was gaming too. He actually bought one of those like steering wheels. And this is like, we're talking like 2003. I mean,
that's high tech back then.
Oh yeah, I thought my dad was like an absolute pimp. And then I think my mom got pissed at him for like encouraging us to play video games, so he had to stop.
Yeah, I had pretty boomer parents with that stuff. Like, I remember I could only play like RuneScape or something like 2 hours a day. I had like
we had 1
screen
hour
limit.
Yep.
You got an hour?
Yeah, an hour. But I mean, we always abused it. We would always just like find any possible excuse to play
we'd obviously pull like as many strings as we could, you know, but
dude, I would give up dessert just to play for 20 more minutes on the computer. I swear to God.
That's good. That's like a diet and get more game
I didn't see it that way.
That's worth it. Yeah, it was pretty grim. I remember like my dad would cut like the plugs off the fucking PC because he thought we were playing them too much. It was a pretty dumb thing to do, but
that's my dad.
Ultimately, like they do it because they're looking out for your best interest. And back then, like everyone thought like games and stuff rotted your brain. And to be fair, they weren't really wrong. Like,
true.
You get some freaks online who probably could have done with some of that when they were kids.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, yeah, being on the internet when you're like 9, because I was like 9 years old when I started playing RuneScape, and like, yeah, I mean, yeah, my parents were probably right. Probably playing for an hour was fine, but it definitely like made me want to game a lot harder when I finally became independent, sort of like and it's not to say that our time limit lasted until I was an adult, but like it continually got more lax. But as soon as I gained like full independence, I'm like, I'm fucking gaming right now.
I was exactly the same, and I switched into it so hard that it became an addiction.
Oh,
and I probably haven't really shaken that addiction to this day.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that backfired or would have done that anyway, but it definitely would make me like seek out more gaming if I could.
Yeah. Okay, so I originally was gonna say I was watching your stream and you were playing that game, but you also talked about donuts and how like because somebody asked like, do you like donuts? Like obviously everyone likes donuts, but so wait, had you had Krispy Kreme before? I saw
it in London when I went to RuneFest, and I was like, wow, that's the American donut place, and I went to check it out, and I bought like 10. I ate them all in a day, and I mean, they were kind of like, I knew they were kind of shit.
Are they like American version, or are they like slightly different? Do you know?
I have no idea because I've never been.
But they were like
America.
Super fucking fluffy and warm and just sweet.
They were cold, I think.
Okay,
when I got them. But they were very colourful and had loads of shit on them.
Oh, nasty. You didn't get like just standard. Original glaze? You just got that?
I got one.
Oh, you
But that was cold too.
Okay. They all should have been glazed, yeah.
I saw the pretty ones and I was like, I have to try one of each. And I just bought one of each and I ate them all and I felt really shit. But yeah, they were kind of, they just like taste like sugar, really. Nothing was really going on.
Some are awful there, but their original glaze are, oh my, just so freaking good. But
yeah,
like,
I mean,
you guys have different tastes.
Often better.
Like. You guys can't just have fried, glazed like stuff like Americans can. I feel like.
I don't know. It depends on the country and the people, I guess.
Dude, it feels like
so different.
It feels like anytime, I don't know, there's some crazy American food like a burger donut or something, everyone starts freaking out like you Americans are like psychopaths. Like, this is
I think it's just a meme, really. Because I've heard people having like chicken and waffles in the US, and I've never seen that here. But I know that would be nice.
Dude, that's like, actually so common here. Like, I'm in Alabama right now, like deep south.
Right.
Like just fucking, I don't ever leave my room, but I've heard stories outside. But yeah.
I always thought it was a meme, like all these like weird American things. But breakfast over there is really sweet, isn't it?
It's gross.
Comparison.
It's okay. I used to love sweet breakfast. I talked about this in a previous Sae Bae cast. Like I would literally wake up in the morning before school and eat like 6 waffles, just coated with syrup and peanut butter and powdered sugar. Like if I were to do that now, dear God, like my week's ruined. Like just
I've got a sweet tooth. Obviously, I'm pretty obese, but I don't think I've been that much of like a sweet breakfast kind of guy. I've just never been a breakfast eater in general. I always skip it generally because it's just like I just woke up. I really can't be bothered.
Well, when I see an English breakfast, what is that? Like beans and toast?
And a full English breakfast is like sausages, bacon, eggs, baked beans, fried tomatoes, fried toast, mushrooms, black pudding. It's basically really high fat, high protein stuff. I never make it because it's like 8-10 different components. Who the hell's got time for that?
Yeah, for real.
But if I go to a cafe or something like that, I would get it, but I would never make it myself.
But they don't serve just like straight up pancakes, do they? Actually, at like places like that.
I don't go to too many cafes, so I wouldn't know, but I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think
here it's like
pancakes might be more European, but we don't really do pancakes like you guys do either. We have like thin, like little ones. You guys have these fat, fluffy ones.
Yeah,
they're also different.
Potent.
I've tried both, but ours are better.
Dude, do you like crepes?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Okay,
that's
I love
the pancakes we do.
Crepes are way better than pancakes, like traditional fluffy pancakes. Gross.
Yeah, I have to agree, but then again, I grew up with them, so I'm biased.
Okay, kind of drifting back to RuneScape. There's a topic here by Furrywall. He asks, how do you feel about adding certain microtransaction perks to OSRS that are on RS3, such as Solomon's Store and Keepsake Keys?
I don't think those are those microtransaction perks. I don't know if you even know what they are.
No idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
Solomon's Store's like the MTX shop where you can buy cosmetics, I think, and like animations and like emotes and shit like that. I hate the MTX. Like, I hate anything cosmetic on RuneScape 3. Everyone, like, you can change like your base outfit to always override what you're wearing with those keepsake key things. So you can wear like full PVM gear, but be dressed like an e-girl or whatever with like a little hat on and
I've seen
just
some
2
photos.
weapons. And I hate it. I really don't like. I like to see what people have. I hate that with a passion. Yeah. And when I play RS3, there's people like, why don't you use these? And I'm like, I fucking hate it. Leave me alone. So I don't do it. But I hate it on RS3. I would hate it on old school. I wouldn't like it. So
that's good.
That's pretty much my take on that. I don't think they should.
I'm going to have the same take as you. Anything microtransaction. Yeah. I just hear MTX. I'm like, oh God, please don't taint my game.
Hey, I mean, bonds are fantastic MTX.
They're the perfect version. Luckily, I don't get affected by them because I'm an Iron Man. But like, yeah.
Well, you do get free membership. I assume you used them.
No, I don't. Well, I get free membership from Jagex now for being a content creator and only having one account.
Wait,
they just give me a year.
Where's the fuck's mine? I've been.
They're like, this guy abandoned us. Like, he's playing some fucking other RuneScape classic.
Yeah. Unlucky, man.
Now, every year they bond the people in content. Wait, what? Do you not like sign? You're in that content creator Discord.
Right? I don't use that shit.
Yeah, well, if you used it and you actually just sign, literally they have this little thing you fill out and you just type in like what your username is and that's it. And like,
I had no idea about this.
But yeah, they'll just give you a year of membership.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Have you even gotten care packages?
They sent me one like 4 years ago. I never got it.
Oh yeah, they send like care packages every year too. You gotta fucking get on that shit. Yeah, you just gotta give your address and your username and social.
Yeah, I did it once and I never got it. It was with a Vorkath mouse mat. I think they sent to everyone and a bunch of other cool stuff, and I never got it.
Rip.
So I guess I gave up with giving them like trying to get anything from them because
it
just never happened.
They literally in the last package last year they sent that like what is it 20-year anniversary book. That thing cost $100. Yeah,
I did get that.
I
never read it.
Yeah, I was like, this thing's awesome. I like started just skimming through it, and I'm like,
yeah. And then I never read it. I did the same thing. It's on the shelf behind me. It does look cool.
It does,
but I wouldn't pay $100 for it. Like,
I think if I did pay $100 for it, I would actually read it. But like the fact that it was given to me, I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah, you don't appreciate it the same. You know, it sucks. Yeah, unlucky. It does look cool, but I did get that. Awesome. That's the only thing I've gotten in like recent memory, at least. I'm not complaining. It's free stuff. I don't expect anything, so anything for free is great. I love free shit.
Yeah, it's always cool. And the Twitch packages, like I don't know, I don't really get mail, and so when I get those little Twitch packages and those little Jagex packages, I just like that makes my fucking week. I love it.
Twitch packages, man, I'm missing out on so much.
Dude, they literally, they sent a Twitch package. It got like blankets, it got socks, it got this little like Connect 4 board, which is stupid.
Fuck?
Yeah, you missed out, man.
Mate, I've been doing this shit for a decade and I've never got fucking socks. What the hell?
The socks kind of suck. They're extremely thin, and they're like those ones that are so fucking tight that it's like impossible to even pull over your ankle. Yeah, it's horrible. They were not
okay. I mean, I still like them, I guess.
Yeah, they still look cool.
Just cause.
Yeah. Like Christmas socks you wear once and you're like, okay, I'm throwing these away.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Plants asks, what piece of OSRS content would you say has improved the most between its initial launch versus most recent update? Again, I know you're not too familiar with that, but or with the most recent updates.
Not the most recent, but I think we might even agree on this. I don't know, Zeah.
Oh,
it fucking sucked, man. It was so bad on release.
Do you remember just seeing like old pictures of that? Like, I don't know if you've seen old pictures.
It was a square.
Dude, it's literal fucking square, and then it divided into 4 squares.
Yeah, it was a square with like turned into quadrants, and in each quadrant they had like one content. That's
there's literally like a full virtual acre of just fucking tithe farm that's completely dead content.
It was so big, man. I don't know. I think that is that literally is the content that's improved the most, because they kind of proved that with Trailblazer League, because that made me realize, hey, you can actually play the game in Zeah and never leave and do most things. So they fleshed it out a lot. It's a lot. I mean, it's pretty decent now. I think it still needs work, but
yeah,
compared to release, man, it was so bad. It was
the places
unbelievably shit.
The places that suck still are Arceus and Lovakang. Those places haven't really been updated. They just look like Arceus looks like Toontown. This dead fucking version of Toontown. It looks awful.
There's nothing. It's like a rune shop and that library thing, and then the rune crafting.
Yeah, horrible.
That's it, right?
Horrible. Yep.
And Lovakeng is literally that shit smithing method no one's ever done other than the pro clue step.
Big, like there's just so many
and
random
the
places.
mining.
Yeah. Oh, that place, dude.
Yeah, I've done that like 5 times on different accounts, and every single time I'm like, how the fuck did they trick me into doing this again?
Not even that, but like, who fucking designed this? Like, why is this in the game to mine sulfur for 6 hours?
Was Mod Reach still there when that came out? Because it was his idea.
Dear God.
I think.
Dude, that was back
when Mod Reach did a lot of fun stuff.
Dude, that was back when you couldn't even lock in favor. Like, with all houses, you had to, like, choose which house you wanted.
You had to, like...
You had to go mine sulfur for 6 hours again.
When you lost favor when doing the next house, you'd have to do it again, or just pick a house.
Oh my God, dude!
That didn't take long to change, did it? I'm pretty sure they updated that pretty fast because it was so bad.
Yeah, like
that was terrible. But yeah, Mod Reach may have designed it.
Yeah, I mean
pet project.
They definitely hit the epitome of old school with that, though. Just like stupid grinds, just to flex to people that you're a masochist sadist, basically. Like I sulfur mine for 6 hours.
I guess so. It was bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they just wanted a new landmass, and they thought, "Fuck it, we'll just release it and update it later." And it did work because now, like 5 years later, it's good. But
yes,
it definitely didn't start like that. Were you around when Mod Reach was like one of the lead content guys? Because he released a lot of stuff that was hilariously kind of shit. I mean, it's the best they could do back then.
Yeah.
So fair play to him. But he did all the wilderness bosses, which are famously dog shit. Kraken boss and Smoke Devil boss as well. Also kind of.
Just the most basic content that has no mechanics whatsoever.
And the achievement diary thing as well. The achievement diaries you made. And they were kind of fucking broken for the longest time, though. But they were a good idea.
Yeah.
They were pretty bad. But, I mean...
back then, you just appreciated anything, yeah.
Our standards were pretty low, but do you know why Kraken is so easy, by the way? It's because Mod Reach didn't understand how mage levels worked for defense. He gave it, like... 800 defense levels, but gave him 1 magic level because he didn't understand the game mechanic, and that's what it was meant to be. A really tanky boss, and it just obviously isn't.
Dear God.
So yeah, that's a cool fact.
That's cool. Hamster asks. Well, first of all, he says one thing at the beginning: "A up, our kid." What is that? Like a saying? A up?
Yeah, it's like England talk. It's like "A up, mate." It's like saying,
oh, "Okay,
hi, how you doing?" I guess.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Best non-RS game. What is it? Is it that? What's that game? Gang?
I mean, Genfanad was fun. I wouldn't say it's the best non-RS game. It's a really fun game that's kind of like RuneScape. If you're like bored of RuneScape and want to play something similar.
Yeah.
Like it's fun. I haven't played it for a few days because it's very grindy. But I don't know. Best RuneScape game is hard because I've always looked games I played as a kid that I hold very dear. And then there's games that are obviously much better that have come out in recent memory that are fantastic. There's so many. I don't know. Like, I had games as a kid on my PlayStation 1. I had a game called Digimon World, which was fucking sick.
Digimon was badass, yeah.
Yeah, the game was amazing. I still play it on occasion now. And then I think my favorite PS2 game was a game called Dark Cloud, which was also a banger. It was like an RPG. But I guess those are like my kid games nowadays. I think my favorite few games in recent history would probably be like, I think Kingdom Come Deliverance is really up there. That was like an RPG. I think I've played that. It's like an RPG you start as an idiot. Like instead of most RPGs you start and you kind of can do everything right.
Yeah.
And this you start as like some blacksmith's kid. You can't even hold a sword properly. You're fucking useless, and you kind of have to figure out how to make your way in like medieval times. It's a fun game. I like that a lot.
Dude, there were some ancient RPGs on like iPhones and iPods. I had an iPod Touch when they like kind of first came out, and like
I never had one.
You had like, I don't know, Paper Toss and Doodle Jump and all those shit games, and then all of a sudden there was like some 3D games coming out that was like that were kind of like Skyrim clones, except not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I mean, I do like a clone.
Yeah.
I remember playing countless like Minecraft clones as a kid. They were fun.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I'm okay with clones. It's cool. I never played those though because I've never had like I don't think I've ever had an Apple product ever. Not because I hate Apple or anything. It's just I just never have the kind of expensive. I'd buy the cheap shit usually.
Yeah.
But
I've always been an
iPhone
person.
Yeah, I got my first phone when I was 21.
Damn.
So, yeah. I mean, I had a phone as a kid that my parents got me, and I accidentally left it in my like pocket when I put it in the wash.
Oh god.
And it broke. And then my parents, as I said, we weren't like rich, so we were just like, well, you'll have to buy your own. And I first got like enough disposable income when I was like 21 years old. So yeah, I had no phone growing up, which is probably kind of unique, to be honest. Yeah. Like most people do have that nowadays.
To be fair, I didn't actually have a phone. I had an iPod Touch that just had this like service where you could basically call and text people. But I had to be in Wi-Fi, so it was like the worst thing ever because you're just.
So you had Skype, basically.
Yeah, it was not good. It was this thing called Pinger, and you just get your own like phone number, and yeah, I treated it as that. But I was so embarrassed for some reason because I would like talk to girls, and my dad would shut off the Wi-Fi because he didn't want us gaming or doing anything past like 10 p.m. So I'd be talking, like I'd be texting, and then all of a sudden like. My internet would go out, and I would always have to make up the excuse like, "Oh, I went to sleep." Like we were like mid conversation texting back.
Probably not the best excuse if you're talking to someone. I fell asleep.
I was too embarrassed to say my dad turns off the Wi-Fi. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that shit is. I mean, you get embarrassed over dumb shit as a kid. To be fair.
Oh, it's
like
bad.
I can't think of anything similar, but I mean, my dad was equally strict with that kind of stuff. But usually, wouldn't turn it off. It would just be. Oh, you have to come down and watch TV instead of sitting in front of the screen all day. And we'd sit in front of screen number 2 and watch boomer shit instead. So it was kind of the same, but
that is always the best when like your boomer parents are literally so against video games and they'll just plop their asses on the couch for hours on end. Like, what's the difference?
It was a different time, I guess, you know, like, I mean, we're going to have similar problems. Like I guess people in like our generation are going to do something similar with whatever comes out next, or maybe not because we grew up with the same kind of
I don't know
shit. I don't know.
We might think that way. I'm already realizing I'm a total boomer. Like I don't even use TikTok. I don't even hardly know what
me
TikTok
neither.
is.
I'm hopeless with like anything technological. I can barely use my phone, man. I'm so useless.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. And I kind of do techie stuff for a living in a way, and I cannot do shit. I am really, really bad with technology, so I'm with you with that one, honestly. Like
I can't even use a TV. Dude, TVs now have like 5 remotes. There's like a bajillion different buttons. I'm like, dude, I go upstairs because I live with my brothers, and they know how to do everything, so I never have to touch a remote. And then they like hand me a remote. I'm like, I don't even know which one this is even controlling. It's out of control. Yeah, I'm with you.
I usually have to get my wife to like turn like the TV to a different channel and shit. It's kind of embarrassing, but
it's bad.
Yeah, I'm really bad with that, and I will probably struggle when they bring out some futuristic shit. Although that might just not happen. I don't fucking know. Things have slowed down a lot in terms of like new technology. I swear, like we're just getting like reiterations of the same shit, but like made shinier. So maybe it won't even progress that fast anymore. We might have hit like a point where things have slowed down a bit, you know?
Potentially. Although I'm pretty sure VR is going to be like just absolutely insane, and AI.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know what I can see? I could see like our kids or something having, I don't know, like our generation, like obviously our kids' generation having like AI, like these little robots that do stuff, and we're like, you can't have a robot, you're gonna do like stupid stuff.
I mean, that could happen. Have you seen like the robots they're pumping out? I forgot what the company and shit, man, like triple somersaults. Like these things are insane. Like they can make some really like shit. The robots can do shit I could never do.
It's definitely going to get to the point where like you can also have a relationship with your robot, and so like all the boomer parents are going to be like, no, you can't like have this robot because you're going to fall in love with it and you're not going to meet real people. But then like
it's just going to be parasocial streamer relationships, but in a robot. It's
pretty much
probably already a thing somewhere. I don't know. I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, honestly, I want to live long enough to see some cool shit. You know what I mean? I want to see something futuristic that blows me away before I die, and that would be kind of cool. So yeah, that's my aspiration in life. It's kind of sad. I just want to see cool shit.
Dude, I actually think we're gonna see cool shit. I've heard some crazy things. Maybe it's all like just guessing and conspiracies and stuff, but like do you know what like they call the singularity or whatever, where AI eventually like progresses beyond humans and then they can make their own AI and then it just like it's exponential from there?
I've heard of like the theory, yeah.
Yeah, it's like obviously
apparently it doesn't end too well, but
yeah. I mean,
at least for us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the fucking old Terminator thing, isn't it? The Skynet thing, but turned like into like a real thing.
Yeah, it's almost, I don't know. It's a weird concept though, because like you would literally have robots that can make robots. So at what, like you wouldn't even need humans to do anything anymore. But it's like,
yeah, exactly. And I guess that's why they say we would cease to exist, because they realize that we're useless and kill us all or something. I don't know. I think this is becoming the Joe Rogan podcast. I think AI is great as long as it's like, you know, controlled in a way that actually benefits the average person, rather than like AI being hoarded by, you know, 5 different rich guys and then they just like don't need us anymore, because
that's inevitable. I feel like, unfortunately. AI's got good potential, but the fact we're scared of it just because of the way things are is weird, I guess. I hope it happens, but I hope it's done differently than what's probably going to happen. Yeah.
But we'll see, I guess. It'll happen whether or not we're the beneficiaries of it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Hamster also has another... I call him Hamster, by the way. His name's Hampshire. I just call him Hamster.
I know him. He's a Tory, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he says... He actually says that. I don't understand what does that mean?
It's meaning of an inside joke. Tory's just like an English way of calling someone a posh boy, I guess.
What's a posh boy?
Like that kind of guy who takes a briefcase to school or something. I don't know.
I see.
It's a very English insult, I guess. That's funny. Like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it to an American. But,
okay, one of the things he asks, well, here, I'll just read them. I don't even know what these mean. So, how do you tend to your flowers around your Theresa May statue?
Yeah, that's another Tory joke, yeah.
Thing you miss
Theresa
most
May
about...
you know Theresa May is, right? She's like the leader of the Conservative Party like 2 years ago or something.
Okay.
Before all the shit happened recently. Basically, he's making a joke that I have a statue to a Tory in my backyard. He stole my joke, actually, so thanks for that one, mate.
Okay.
All right, what's the next one?
He does have a real question, which is, if you were in charge of Jamflex, what would you do?
Yeah. I don't know. I think, honestly, if I was in charge of Jagex, I would probably fully invest everything in the company into creating a new gen RuneScape. Like, because old school, I would say, is ultimately going to end up declining, even if it's not already, right?
Yeah.
RS3, the same. I think they need to... I would love to see a RuneScape made in, like, Unreal Engine 5 or something built from the ground up with the same lore and, like, general, you know, RuneScape-ness, but made from the modern age. Because I think that'd be really good, because I think RuneScape's got some of the best backstory, lore, like, general design out of a lot of games, but it's just so dated and old and shit. And I think if Jagex wants to sort of be relevant in 10 years, I would say that should be like a thing they should do. Even if it's not RuneScape, just something new. I'd love to see them do, because they've kind of like a one-trick pony, man. Like, they've got one game.
It's true.
They've got a few other ones, but they're not really successful, really. So I'd love to see them do something else other than just sort of milking the same, like, dusty old game engine for fucking 15 years. I mean, I love the game, obviously, but I'd love to see something else.
Yeah,
that's an answer.
Yeah, that would be cool. I was just thinking, like, when you brought up the Unreal Engine thing, I just think it would be cool if they if the games really did start dying, come out with a new like old school. I know that sounds really cringe. Come out with old school.
Old school
but, like,
2.
But like kind of redesign it in a way where things are really balanced. I feel like there's so many, and again, that kind of makes the game charming in a way with all the balance problems and how the game's like so quirky and there's just,
what do you mean by changing the balance?
I just mean like make content relevant and also make it so, and they've already sort of done this with equipment rebalancing where like, you know how rune scimitars were always just the fucking best and every other weapon's a piece of shit.
Where they did that.
They
where like
did
rune
it,
longswords are good or something.
Kind of. Like they made it so maces are now like 4 ticks instead of 6 ticks. Just make them or 5.
Are they still trash though?
They're actually best in slot for crush. The thing is that nothing even has defense when you're like free to play and stuff, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I guess it gives you a choice, maybe.
Yeah, kind of. But the biggest problem, I mean, is really with ranged. How like there's rapid on range, and then defensive and accurate. There's dog shit. Like, why would you ever put your bows on that unless it's like a final hit? But I don't know. I feel like they could kind of from the ground up make things a lot more balanced and give bosses like elemental weaknesses and stuff. So like magic kind of is. I don't know. This is just something that would never happen. But in my perfect vision, if I was in charge, I would like make a more clean game.
I mean, it'd be interesting, but it might be impossible because no matter how close the balancing is done to perfection, there'll always be a meta and there'll always be something that's better. So ultimately, I think the same thing would happen. It's it would be less relevant and you wouldn't have to listen to the meta, but there would still be a meta, but you could do whatever you want, which might be better for like the casual player, but all the sweaty gamers will be doing the exact same thing. I think.
Nah, you're probably right with that.
I think that just happens with all games. Like games nowadays, everyone has to be the best. You always have to like be a meta gamer no matter what. And I feel like because I've played RuneScape for so long, any other game I play, I play it like RuneScape. Like I'll figure out the best way to do shit, and it kind of ruins games for me a little bit. I think you do that. Like I play Skyrim and I'll be casting like fucking some spell to level illusion while running around like it's fucking magic imbue or something, trying to power level. I feel like that kind of stuff it's rotted my brain from the inside. Yeah.
You've seen some
bad.
I've seen some crazy shit of like people running around like alking and like chopping trees here, and they're like kind of tick manipulating while running. Like it's pretty funny. I don't know this. You know what would be cool, actually, is just seeing, like, a series of just people doing the most... I don't know. I guess they're already at those series with those Max-Cape speed runs where people are just going crazy. They're doing, like, 4 skills in one. I don't know if you have...
Yeah, I've seen that. I don't really watch the he's got, like, something Dutch, right? Like, he boxed John.
Yeah, he boxed Yonga and
okay, that's how you say it. Yeah, I've seen them. I don't watch them much, but... I've seen how they've kind of blown up. Like the guy's really popular.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's kind of cool. I mean, it seems like something that Alfie would eventually do as well, because he kind of already does it. It's like something he would do.
Yeah,
I think that has potential, but I would know. I can't grind anymore, man.
Dude,
like,
me neither.
I'm
think of
so
that.
Burn.
It's like the idea of it sounds great. Like, oh, Max-Cape speedrun, let's fucking go. And then you start logging in, and you're like, oh my god, this is actually like. So
I used to be able to play the game like 20 hours a day and kind of be okay. Like there was a dead man mode where I played like 2 weeks straight, 20 hours a day, just to die to mod Jed or some shit. And I'd be kind of okay at the end of it. It was all right.
Yeah.
But now I can't do it. I literally am just like, this is fucking not worth it.
Dude, I think it's age. What is it? Is it age?
It might be. Dude, I think my priorities have just shifted to the point where I'm just kind of like, I'd rather like just stream a little, like not even a little, like 8-10 hours doing this, and then I'd rather like do something else because it's not worth it, man. Like I don't know if that's just age or if that's just like
it must
getting bored.
Dude, for me, it's like age. Okay, so when I was 23, this game was life. I mean, it was like this is all I thought about, all I wanted to do.
Wait, for context, how old are you now?
I'm 27.
Okay, we're about the same age.
Yeah.
Around. I'm 6 months older than you, I think.
Yeah. So from those 4 years, and 23 was when I started streaming. I was like, oh my god, like I just want to play this game and I just want to be live for it. I don't even care like what I'm doing. I just want to play this game. But yeah, dude, over the past like year, 2 years ish, mainly this past year, I've just been like,
Yeah.
damn, I just can't grind the same as I could. I could just, like you said, I could just play this game for 18 hours a day and like be fine if I needed to. Like, it's not like that was a daily thing, but
Yeah. I mean, I can do it for maybe a day,
dude,
but I cannot do it consistently anymore.
Yeah.
I'll only do it if there's like a really hype content and I kind of want to like get ahead in it, because I do still get that rush from being ahead of everyone else on like a new like game mode. That's kind of cool, but I just can't hold on to it for long because I don't have the grinding mentality anymore.
Yeah, you have to be losing
I've just
sleep
done
and
it
stuff.
so much, man. Yeah, I like sleep too much, and I like time to just chill, and you can't do that if you're streaming, at least, because you're always on camera, and I can't do that either. I think
I eat
kind of
shitty. I don't sleep well. I stop showering. Like, I remember when I think the last time I really grinded was Guardians of the Rift update, because I just wanted to get the outfit like first.
I still haven't done that. I've heard it's good. But I still have not done it.
Fun. It was like 40 straight hours though to get the outfit on release. I mean, it was aggressive. So I was playing 3 days, 14 hours each, and at least 14 hours each. And I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm in shambles. My life is in shambles when I do this.
As someone who's never done all these new skilling like updates, like I've not done Temporos or the new smithing thing or the rune crafting thing. I'm asking you a question now. Yeah. How do you feel about like the gamification of skills?
So
I don't like it.
Wintertodd was a horrible representation of Minigame-Scape, where it just dominated the skill completely. And
it was terrible. Yeah.
We've sort of seen that now. Like, Temporos was pretty good. The main reason is because it wasn't best XP rates, and still isn't. But it enhances the skill. So now you have a fish barrel, which, I mean, enhances is subjective, of course. I think it's an enhancement mainly because I'm getting
it's just a sack thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's you just hold an extra inventory of fish, which is busted.
Yeah,
if that had come out 5 years ago, I'd be so against it, I feel like. But like nowadays,
I voted no to the middle mouse button turning the camera, bro. Like,
Jesus. And you voted yes to Nightmare Zone. Fuck you.
I was such a purist, man. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I was too at some point. I feel like a lot of players kind of end up being a little bit of a purist, and then this is not the general player base. I'm talking like
I think most players, at least those who started in the early like couple first years, I really wanted the game to stay pure, and then eventually people just stopped giving a shit.
Yep, that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Temporos was good. Guardians of the Rift was fantastic because, again, it's just a really fun, engaging method that keeps true to rune crafting. So the minigame is entirely you going to actual traditional altars.
I've seen people do it.
Yeah, so that's cool, and it's also enhanced the skill, and it made rune crafting like good money again. The Giant's Foundry sucks. I mean, that's so boring. It's so fucking... It's like... it's not even AFK. It's just you're constantly making mistakes. If you look away for a few seconds, it's like extremely tilting.
Is it like actually worth doing?
It is if you're an Iron Man, because it's like you literally use like maybe 10% of the bars you would have had to use for 99 smithing. Okay. It's nuts. Yeah, it's like out of control.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Can you like use like bits of old stuff like plate bodies and stuff to trade?
You can do that too. So you don't even need the bars. You just start shoving armor you get from Slayer into there.
I guess that's really good if you just the 99 site. It probably just like gets you 99 smithing for free.
Yeah, it's literally close free now. Which is cool, but the actual activity sucks.
I like the concept, but I've never tried it. I've seen it and it looks... There's weird bars all over the screen. I don't know what the fuck they mean, but I assume this was like heat or something.
You learn it. You basically learn it within 5 seconds. It's very basic. There's no depth to it whatsoever. And you just sit there. Like, great. The first 5 hours is fine because you're unlocking these things that are really quick. And then it's like, holy shit, like this is awful. This is the worst.
Yeah. So. I'll have to try it at some point, but I don't know when that'll be. As I said, I'll come back to old school properly in like a few years probably and just do all this stuff and be like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah, that would be fun. Have you ever, now that you do take breaks from RuneScape, do you ever get those like crazy urges to start playing again, but you sort of resist it?
Yeah, but only for RuneScape 3, to be honest.
Interesting.
Like, but when I recently came back to RuneScape 3, I took a break and I came back because of the invention skill and how good it is. I don't know if you even know what it is.
I know it's you just dissolve things, right? Or
you basically break shit down and get components, and then you can use those components to just like put perks on your weapons and shit like that, which will substantially increase their strength or give you like a niche. Like you might need 3 different crossbows just because each one will serve a different purpose in a fight. So there's a lot of like switching weapons and stuff. I don't know. I kind of like it. It makes the game like completely different, and I also saved the economy. I think because everything's got value now. Like the economy was fucking awful before, apparently.
So that like single-handedly fixed it, pretty much.
I think it single-handed. I don't know if I'm not that much of a RuneScape 3 nerd, but I think it made the economy function again. So, kinda.
So I don't even need to ask this, but I'm assuming you're in favor of a new skill in old school.
I voted yes to warding.
Damn.
I'm desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I to be fair, I don't know if I even would do that now, but I was desperate. I really want a new skill because I think the best thing that ever happened on RuneScape back in the day,
is new skills.
And even now, is when new skills come out because it completely changes the meta to a degree, and like everyone gets to find out how to do it, and it's just fun, man.
Yeah,
like there's a new skill coming on RS3 next year, and I'm looking forward to that. I wish old school had the same.
What would you want to see from a new skill in old school? Like, is there a certain concept?
It's so hard because you could just steal a RuneScape 3 one, which was in old school, well, RS2, which obviously there's some good ones, but it's also kind of boring and lazy. But I can't think of a new skill like they could add that's different, unless they added sailing. Like sailing as a reworked dungeoneering could be cool. So instead of dungeoneering, it's sailing and you sail to islands and clear them or whatever instead of it being a dungeon. They could do something like that. I have no idea. I'm not a game designer, but I feel like it should be unique. But how many ideas is there that you can actually put in?
Yeah. You heard of the idea Bard, right? Barding, the musical.
I saw it and I was kind of like... I saw it, man, and I was kind of like, yo, this is dumb. But
so I got to hear like the full 6-hour presentation from Caveman Only when he like came on.
6. Okay.
6. It's a 6.
Oh right, he was on your cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
6.5 hours, and to be completely honest, it is a very well thought up skill. Like they went hard on it. Like they have like everything figured out. The problem is like everybody wants combat. Like nobody wants a new skill that's not combat related. They don't like. And so you pretty much are. I don't know. That's what I think.
Well, combat is the main thing. I mean, yeah, I guess what RuneScape 3 does is that every new skill seems to be a support skill to help combat in some way. They'd probably just. I mean, I guess barding could do that because you have some guy playing the drums in the background and you hit bigger or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you could do shit like that. I guess it could be useful, but I mean, I think a combat skill's hard though because it like the whole game revolves around killing bosses at this point anyway, and it would change the meta and probably make so many bosses so much easier that you might have to rebalance half the game just to make it fit.
Yeah,
it's kind of difficult.
It is tough because if you want to make a skill that's actually worth it, you're gonna just turn into RS3 where God Wars is just sit in the room for. You can already basically sit in the room for 6 hours.
On RuneScape 3, God Wars 1 is literally Slayer. It's just Slayer. Like you just go in there for a task and chill. But that's kind of fair. I guess it is 15 years old or something. So not 50. It is 15 years old. What the fuck?
Jesus.
Damn. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You know what?
We were doing that as a kid. That was great.
You know what totally like messed with me is coming to the conclusion that I started this game over 18 years ago. Like 18, like an adult. I started this in 2004. Like, what is?
I started after you. I was 2006, but only because I was too dumb to do the tutorial.
I was hella dumb, but I at least could like kind of get my bearings. I thought it was so cool when I hit level 40 defense. I was like level 10 attack, 10 strength, but I got 40 defense.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a G.
I mean, I remember being shit, but I would always make new accounts. I've always been obsessed with starting again, and I still do it. So I never really got a fantastic account. I think the best account I ever had back then was like 2.1k total in like 2010, which is all right. Yeah, but I was never a beast or anything.
Yeah.
But I remember training on Moss Giants with a D long and shit, or with a G Maul as my main weapon. till I got a D-Long, but I'd kill guards with the D-Long spec.
Dude, you just want to see those big splats. That's all it was about. Like, what can give me the max hit? Like,
everyone would just go up to you in game and be like, max hit? Question mark. That was the big thing. Everyone wanted to know.
Yeah. What is that one video that has like over 1 million views now? It's like OSR or not OSRS. It was just original RuneScape max hits, like salve.
So Solid 2K's thing.
It's probably.
Yeah, but I think it was So Solid 2K. He did like max hit videos.
That's got to be it.
Yeah, I think that's him. He did all the stuff in Castle Wars with all the different weapons with like bracelet thing on, and he did the Darok on the skeletons in the Myth Dragon Cave and shit.
That was just so
I watched those
cool.
all when I was a kid. I was like, wow, did he hit a 70, bro? That's crazy. Yeah. And I was there with my little shitty G-Maul and stuff.
Did you ever watch Nightmare RH?
I'll be honest, not really. I saw him chainsaw the door as a kid and was like, even as a kid, I was kind of like, yo, this dude's kind of immature, man. So I just didn't watch him. I was like a big fan of Skychi back then. He was kind of my boy. Don't know what happened to him. No idea.
Yeah. I only watched, I mean, this is like, because I have a weird history with the game where I only played from 2004 to 2007, and then I literally didn't log in for 8 years until 2015. So my history is a little wonky, but Nightmare RH was, he was like, I don't even remember watching too many of his videos, but he was like the only content creator besides like the music videos that you'd see as well. I
made one of those. Do you ever make a RuneScape music video as a kid?
I made one, yeah, back in like 2005.
What song?
It was, actually, maybe it was 2006. It was White Stripes, Hardest Button to Button.
I know the band. I don't know the song.
Yeah, it's actually the same music. I actually got inspired by a Simpsons episode for it. It's like
really
they had White Stripes featured on the Simpsons, and there was like the little music video of it was like a exact replica of their actual music video where the drum sets are like replicating as they like with the beat. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't.
It was cool. That's kind of what inspired it. It was dog shit. I mean, I was like. What?
Oh no, I did one too. I did fucking Katy Perry Hot and Cold, bro. Like mine was way lamer, man. I think it's still up. I don't know what channel it's on. I tried to find it, I couldn't do it. But I wasn't actually mine. It was my friends in school, and I was the only guy he knew with a skill kit. I had 99 strength untrimmed, and he was like, "Can you do this in my video?" And I was like, "Sure, man." I did it.
That was the worst.
Did the emote in the the passage to the Heroes Guild Fountain, and I did it in there. Yeah, that was fucking sick.
Dude, the worst thing was like trying to recruit people for your music video, and you're like, I was the slowest typer of all time. So I'm like trying to like type out what I want this person to do, and they're just getting so tired. They're just like, dude, like.
Yeah. Do you still type slowly? I'm not very fast.
I'm not a great typer, and the main reason is because I never actually got good at home row, like traditional typing, because I learned my
home row.
That's like what we learned.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't call it that.
It's maybe just where you have your fingers and you're using all your fingers. And I'm pretty good.
I don't do that.
I'm a decent typer, but my typing got fucked up because of RuneScape. Like I started getting into horrible habits.
I never shrugged those. I learned to type by playing RuneScape, and I would literally use 2 fingers, one on each hand, the index fingers, and I would look at the keyboard and I'm like, where's P? Where's W? And then I'd just find them and press them. I don't look at the keyboard anymore. I never stopped doing that. I just type with 2 fingers really fast. And I get like 100 words a minute, but that's not that great for someone who uses the computer all the time. Like my wife does 160 words a minute because she does it properly, which is insane.
Yeah. See, I type with like 3. I never use my pinkies hardly. I use pinkies occasionally for like shift. But like I use
my thumb for spacebar, and that's it.
Yeah, same. My typing's fucked though. I think the first time I recognized how bad my typing was actually in 8th grade, and this girl was just zooming because she actually learned how to type properly, and I was like, God damn, like that's impressive.
Yeah, I see. I'm not a good typer, but I think I was better. But it was just, I still did the same thing, but faster. I remember when I was in IT class and like this girl next was like, whoa, what the hell, dude? I was like, yeah, I'm pretty cool, you know? I remember that.
We have like a lower ceiling. Like people that actually learn properly have a crazy high ceiling of how fast they
type. I'm like the fastest of the shitters or something.
Yeah. That was me. It was like, as long as I'm just around like total dumbasses, I feel great. Like my typing skills are fantastic. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I sort of want to relearn how to type, but I just feel like that's going to be so hard. Like nowadays.
Fuck that. I'm taking these skills to the grave, man. I'm good.
I know. That's when you start realizing, dude, by the way, now, I mean, I guess we're both similar ages, approaching 30. Like, how does that feel for you? Knowing that you're actually getting, and like, you're not immortal. Like, I used to think I was immortal when I was like 20. Just like, I never
did, because I've always been really unfit. So,
but you didn't,
I don't know. Like, I don't really care, because honestly, as I've gotten older, I've gotten happier with like more financial freedom and sort of independence. I've been happy. I'm not one of those people who look back to when I was in school and was like, man, I miss school. I fucking hated school.
Yeah, that's a...
So as I've gotten older, I've gotten happier, and I don't know if that's going to change. So I'm pretty cool with it, honestly. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't really feel any less healthy. I mean, I did almost die 2 years ago, but that's irrelevant, right? Like... that's totally not me falling apart or anything. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel any less fit than I was, really. And maybe I've not got... It'll probably hit me in a few years, and I'm like, fuck. You know?
Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear 30s is like all the bad habits catch up with you, which is... I have my own bad habits, but like...
My posture's fucked. I'm probably going to have such bad back problems.
Dude, I swear to God, like, when I try to have good posture, like the typical, like, sit up straight, I fucking hurt. I might as well just, like, lean, like, I don't know.
I bought a, one of those, like, office chairs that everyone gets, the Herman Millers. I got it secondhand because I was like, oh, apparently these are good for your back. I sent it back after a week because I like to sit with my legs crossed on my chair.
Yeah. I see.
Right? I love doing that. Can't do it on one of those chairs because you're meant to sit like a bit of a dork, right? To sit properly.
Break your ankles on that hard plastic, yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'll just get a spine replacement at 50. It's fine.
I'm one of those people that needs like a stool. I realized that yesterday actually because I used my stool to prop up my PC because of my whole room arrangement. But like, dude, I need like that stool, propped up legs behind the desk. Like,
I usually rest my feet on like, it's like I built my desk myself, and there's like a leg in the middle of the desk, and I'll lean it on that. And that's probably not gonna be able to probably collapse one day, but I always put my legs on something because I've got kind of long legs. Like I'm 6'2", so I've got to find a place to put them. Otherwise, it's really uncomfortable, and I can't sit. So I either sit on them or I'll put them on something. So I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah, I need my stool. I have my comfortable thing. I don't like sitting properly, quote unquote properly.
I don't think I've done that a single minute during this podcast. I've literally been shuffling constantly because I don't know. I'm actually not doing anything right now. I'm just talking. I'm fully focused on this.
Hell yeah. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. So
carry on.
I was just gonna ask a question. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I was just rambling about crap.
Okay. What was okay? This is dribbles worth asking. What was your PB on Flappy Bird?
I never played it, but I played a similar game called like the helicopter game or something.
Yeah.
Which was just Flappy Bird, but with a helicopter. Dude. And I remember in IT class, we would always play it like all the kids. We'd always just like try hide it from the teacher, and we'd see who could get the furthest. And there were some kids that were insane at it. I was like third or something after like trying for ages, but. Yeah, I don't remember how long it was. It was pretty long, though. Like, I remember I got quite good at it, but I don't remember how long it actually was.
Did you ever play Temple Run?
Let me Google it, see if it rings a bell.
That was like that phone game that got super popular toward the end of high school for me.
No, I've actually never played a mobile game.
Bro, Temple Run was like the game that everyone was playing on their phone in high school. And,
it looks like a mini-clip game. I guess that's what mobile games are.
Yeah.
They're mini-clip games.
This was sort of near the prime of mobile games where they weren't super predatory yet, but like they were kind of getting to that point.
Dude, this looks like Crash Bandicoot, but like kind of different.
It was so addicting. My friend found a cheat, and then I just basically said like, I found it. Anyway, it was this little hack you could do overnight where you could just like ride up against the wall and your guy would just run infinitely. So I just had this score of like 30 million or some just total crazy shit where like you'd literally have to be sitting there for like 7 hours straight being flawless.
Is there like a high scores?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess everyone just however long you can keep your phone running for.
Yes. I wanted to make it realistic, so I said I was playing it for only 7 hours. There was some kids that had it running for like 2 days straight. And I'm like, okay, well, you guys are cheating. But I did mine legit, 7 hours straight on my fucking... Yeah, it was a total lie as well. But I want to make it somewhat realistic. But those were the good old days. You're just competing with everybody at your school for high scores.
Yeah. I mean, I remember, did like, I don't know what it's like in America, but in like school, I went to a really bad school. People took the piss. So in IT class, there was always like one nerdy kid who would smuggle games in on his like USB stick and put them on all the computers. And we'd have like LAN parties when the teacher wasn't like paying attention. And we had like some shooter that was like some really like shit knockoff Call of Duty in like 2005. And we'd all play that. And that was sick. Because I was like the only gamer back then. Like everyone else was so bad. It was great.
Was Yu-Gi-Oh ever a popular thing there?
It was. I had some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I never knew how to play it.
Yeah,
just had the cards.
The card games, like they were impossible to play. Pokemon was absolutely foreign. Yu-Gi-Oh at least was somewhat playable, even though I never played it correctly.
I've never played a Pokemon game or a Yu-Gi-Oh game. I don't think. Actually, no. I think I tried to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh is actually possible as long as you somewhat know the rules and you have, I don't know.
The thing is about Pokemon, how the fuck do you ever get enough energy cards to like cast a spell?
I do not understand playing the actual Pokemon card game. It is like, I don't know what I'm even doing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never had the real cards. Like we went on like a holiday to Spain and there was like these like little kiosks that you could like buy knockoff like trading cards, like Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards for like £1 or $1 a pack. And they'd always have rare ones in. And I would take them home and be like, yo, guys, look, I got like Blue Eyes White Dragon 4 times. And be like, whoa. And I had like an Exodia, which is like the one you build out of all the legs and shit.
Oh, yeah.
It was fake, but my friend didn't know it. And he fucking stole it from me, dude. Like he stole it from me. Yeah, what a piece of shit, right?
Dude, you remember
he showed his true colors, you know?
You remember those total punks like back when you were a kid that would just lie? Did you ever have like chronic liar friends?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I had one in particular that he would just make up random shit, and one of a time. He was claiming he was so good at PS2 back when like PS2s first came out.
So good at PS2.
He said he was so good at he said he was so good at PlayStation 2 that he had 4 of them. Like he had 4 PlayStation 2s.
Oh yeah,
like, that's how good
I've got 2 graphics cards. I'm really good at PC, you know.
Dude.
Fucking hell. I had a guy like that, yeah. But he lied about RuneScape instead of PlayStation 2.
Yeah, it's so cringe.
Like, he would lie about, like, updates that are coming out. Like, it was like, yo, Adam, dude, guess what's coming out when we get home from school? It was like, they're going to update prayer so you can click on the prayer altar, like, as many times as you want, and it stacks your prayer points up. And I was just like... That's stupid, bro. Why would they do that?
Did you believe
and he got mad.
Was there a point where you just stopped believing him entirely?
No, I just sort of played along with it because he was really bad at the game too. I remember he was like the kind of guy who would kill Ardy guards with a bone spear. So I wasn't bad compared to him. I had like a god sword and shit. I was kind of a big deal back then. But I'd always sort of humor him and I'd be like, I don't know if I even remember this. I think it was because he got like upset. I think we fell out over it or something really dumb. We were like 13 or some shit.
Dude,
but I still remember it to this day.
Did you ever have kids growing up where all they wanted to do was just fight? Like they wanted to like fight you or like fight other kids?
I've never won a fight in my life.
I never even got into fights. I was never like that kind of person. But I had this fucking kid named Jarrett that was such a punk. Jarrett. Like with a T.
Oh, Jarrett.
Yeah.
That's such an American name.
Oh, yeah. Straight up. And that kid would want to just fight other kids all day. He'd be like...
Yeah, there was definitely kids like that, for sure.
Like, what is
wrong I got into fights because I had a big mouth, and I still do. But, yeah. Like, I remember there was a kid in my primary school, which I guess is elementary for you.
Yeah.
Who, he had like a leaky ear, and his ear would leak. And he sat next to me, and I kind of told him, fuck off, you leaky-eared twat, or something like that, because he smelled like fucking shit. And he knocked me out in one punch in the playground, or what do you call it, a playground? Like outside area.
Yeah.
And that was my first time I got knocked out. He punched me out in one. and that's when I learned you need to shut the fuck up.
Wait, you legit got knocked out.
Yeah, he fucking domed me. Guy was short, but he was like built like a brick, man. Like he was one of those like, what's the word when someone's like stout? Yeah, he was one of those guys. He was like 11, but you know when you're 11, the first one to have the growth spurt, man, it's over, bro. Like you're dead. So yeah, that was my first time getting knocked out, and that's when I learned when you're meant to shut up. I think everyone needs an experience like that. I'm not saying you should get beaten up, but everyone kind of needs knocking down a peg once in their life to know when you need to shut your mouth. Otherwise, you kind of be one of those guys that just
grows up and
never shuts up.
Yeah.
So that was my experience with that. I'm not advocating for like bullying, by the way.
We need to beat everyone up. Yeah. All right.
But,
T-Taz asks, what update or update mentality would it take for you to get fully addicted to OSRS again?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's possible. Like, I don't know if it's
past
possible.
Your prime. It's just done.
Yeah, I'm burnt out.
It's over.
I mean, I'm like a visitor now. Like, I play it for fun only. I don't know. It might be possible. Like, I mean, I saw that polling thing earlier where they're like redoing the polling system. I don't know. They're doing a lot of stuff like that gives me hope. You know, like the TOA and then the Wilderness rework and then this all within a relatively short time period kind of gives me hope because that's more than that we've seen in like 3 years.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
They just need to come out with content more often. I just want to see more bosses. I want to see more like kind of like demi bosses, or not demi bosses, but just non-raids bosses that just come out that are fun.
Like God Wars tier, or
yeah, kind of, sort of like, I don't know, like a Gauntlet. I don't really particularly like Gauntlet, and I don't really like. I mean, Nightmare's pretty good now with Fasanis, but something like that.
Didn't you do a disgusting amount of Nightmare for the mace?
Stupid.
That was you, right?
Yeah, 9 months of just one tick flicking.
How many kills is that?
It was like 2,900 solos, which are like 20 minutes each.
Yeah, nah, mate, I'm good. I remember when Nightmare came out, I was so excited for it. I was like, yes, this will save the game. I did like 50 kills, and I was like, yeah.
Dude,
sorry guys, this shit sucks.
I watched Bodhi's video on that, like on the week of release. He had done like 200 or 300, and he was doing like masses with like 80 people sometimes. He had not even seen one item drop in like 200 or 300. Like, you can go back to his videos.
Still like that?
No. Like, they fixed it somewhat. Like, they made it so it was like, they made it like twice as common, and then they made it again twice as common just to make, because like originally, dude, when it first came out, legit, it was like a 6,500 hour grind at full completion. It was stupid, like just absolutely ridiculous.
They want it to be like Corp, right? But then I don't know why they did that, because Corp was dead content when that came out. Like, surely they should have realized maybe people don't like that.
Dude, they wanted a lottery boss, and it was like the worst thing they could have ever done. And Fasanis actually came out and it was decent. The only problem with Fasanis is just the drop rates. Even though they increased them again, they're still too rare. Like,
how rare? Do they actually have release rates?
Yeah. So they're 1 in 160 for a drop, but like the fight is like 8 to 10 minutes.
Yes. So, too long. It's just, honestly, like, this is my hot take of the day. I fucking hate like the direction of like drops in old school. Like, everything that comes out is fucking so rare. Like, stop it. The last like 5 bosses, TOA, too rare in my opinion. Like, it's like higher drop rate than Cox. Like, you'll get less items and the raid takes longer. Why? Cox was already bad, right? That was the limit. And then TOB was fine. I liked TOB. That was like perfect, I think. That's the kind of drop rate I like. It's kind of rare, but you're going to see shit.
Yeah.
Like,
TOB.
Nightmare, Nex, all this is too much. And I hate... That's probably what's going to make me never really get into the game fully again, because it's just not fun. You know?
It's just too much time of not getting anything. Like, just... And the dopamine doesn't hit quite as well either. I don't know. Like, Nex and Nightmare definitely are the 2 major contenders for just like, dude, these drop rates are too crazy. TOA is actually pretty fine, to be honest.
Is it? I did like 60 raids, never got anything, and I was like, yeah, I'm quitting again.
Yeah, TOA is better once you start doing like expert pluses and stuff. Like people are just getting drops like crazy.
I see people doing like 500s and they get like it's like 1 in 5 or something.
Yeah, Lake was running 575s and he got like 4 purples within like 6 raids or something. Just like,
yeah, I guess that's good. So the thing is, it wouldn't help me because I only really play a hardcore now. But that's fine. Don't balance the game for random fucking losers, right? Yeah. Like I think that's good. I think like high skill should be rewarded like generously. So I think that's great. I don't get the benefit from it, so I'm not gonna do it. But that's good if that's the case. Again, I'm so like probably ignorant on the last like 2 years of anything.
Yeah, there really hasn't been much that have come out anyway, so you're good.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's my big gripe is drop rates are generally a joke and it's not fun to play. Annoys me.
Yeah, the drop rates are insane. We'll see what they come out with because there always is that thing of I don't know. They want prices. Jagex always wants prices, which I play in Iron Man, so I've never cared about prices, but they always want to make prices really high so it looks enticing to go do, and then you're spending 60 hours.
Yeah, I mean, with the skill level of the player base being generally quite high.
Oh yeah,
like anything that comes out is pretty much solved instantly nowadays because everyone's so cracked. And then even if you're not cracked, a plugin will make you cracked. Nothing will be worth that much unless it's just artificially made scarce by the devs. And I think that's just bad game design. Just make it cheap. It's fine. That's probably not the most popular opinion. I don't know. But I think forcing rarity in a game where everyone's going to be min-maxing to fuck is just going to create a boring game.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're kind of right with that.
Yeah, I'm probably going to catch some flame. It's fine.
No, I think people mainly agree with that, to be completely honest. I don't know.
It's fine either way. I mean,
there's nobody that's actually saying drop rates are great. Like, when they think of Nightmare or Nex, like those two in specific.
Probably not. You'd have to be like the luckiest guy ever to say that, I think.
Yeah. Okay, here's a question from Hugh Jass. He asks, "Why do you love Pepsi Max so much?"
It's just good. What's your soft drink of choice?
Let me think. Okay, so if I were to have a soda, I try to cut back on like actual sugar soda. I had a fucking addiction to
yeah, I'm only on the diet sodas because
it's hard.
I don't know, fat enough.
I just try to do water and then like sugar-free like little Red Bulls and stuff that are like 10 calories. But I don't know, if I were to actually have a drink that I enjoy, like soft drink wise, probably Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper. And then
oh no, I Dr. Pepper, man. It's over.
But do you like
I used to love it.
Yeah.
I used to drink it so much as a kid until I drank so much of it, it started tasting like blood.
I can actually see that, to be honest.
It kind of tastes rusty, man. Like
it does.
It's got this rusty flavor, like and I can't untaste it now.
Nah,
I can't drink it anymore because that's ruined it for me. Like I used to love it, and now I can't stand the stuff. And Mountain Dew, I've tried EU Mountain Dew, but because high fructose corn syrup's like banned in the EU because it's like, you know, toxic or whatever, it tastes completely different. And I thought it was kind of shit.
Yeah.
But apparently the US version's like a completely different flavor. So I wouldn't actually know.
Dr. Pepper's good, and Mountain Dew Baja Blast from Taco Bell, like that shit's good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any particular one. I like yerba mate.
You guys get so many different drinks. Wait, what?
Have you ever heard of yerba mate?
No, that's another one of those weird drinks that you guys have that we don't.
It's like a South American drink. It's like some tea. It's basically just like a tea. It's like natural.
It's like
caffeine.
Sweet tea. Oh,
it's pretty
like
like
a southern
light.
Thing.
Like it's like a 12-ounce can that probably has like 80 calories. So it's like pretty light. It's like a juice sort of. Tea.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of it. I guess that's just something you guys have down there.
They just get you wired naturally. I mean, like you can't sleep if you drink one, but they taste decent.
Well, that's not a bad thing. I think when it comes to like big like American branded stuff. We just get like the most popular shit from over there, and we get like that stuff, and we don't get all the weird niche stuff. And we've got our own stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't really know. I'd have to go over there to see. I mean, the biggest difference is like your guys like candy and stuff is so shit. Like,
really?
I'm sorry.
This is a problem. Bad. I hear when people and I do kind of agree with this. I think I heard the take from was it Jesse Mia J, you know? I think she was the one on Twitter that said Hershey's chocolate sucks. Maybe it was somebody else. Somebody said Hershey's chocolate sucks.
I've tried it, and I got like one of those like American snack boxes that you can buy off like Amazon for like £30, and it's like just full of American like just all the like.
What was the best thing and what was the worst thing in there?
The worst thing was a Tootsie Roll. That thing was nasty, bro. It's like it was like it's like a cigarette butt rolled in like
it's fucking awful.
A turd, man. It was nasty. I think the best. Nothing was that good. I think the best thing might have been like. Nothing even sticks out. It was all so nasty.
I would say the best kind of candy bars in America are Kit Kats and
we've got those. I guess those are global. Those like global ones.
Yeah.
Actually, the best thing I got in the American thing, it was like a Baby Ruth or something.
Baby Ruths are decent. Those are pretty good.
Well, it was like, was that peanut butter or something else? I have no idea.
Like peanuts and caramel and chocolate.
So it's like a Snickers
and
bar,
nugget
kind of.
And nugget.
Yeah. Okay. That was okay, but generally, like American like sweet things just taste so artificial.
What
like,
about gummies? Do you guys like? Did you get any gummies in that package? Because I think we have the greatest gummies. Like we got fucking great stuff. But
I think they sound like Sour Patch Kids and like some weird like sort of long taffy things.
Dude, you're getting like the most. Dude, they're loading that package up with dog shit.
It was probably full of shit, honestly. It must have. I mean, sure, there's some good stuff over there, but they sent like the cliche stuff, and it was all nasty because it tasted so artificial and fake. And the chocolate, like American chocolate's so like weird. Dude, like I don't get the people say it tastes like sick. I don't like taste that because it's made with that acid. That's
your guys'
vomit,
chocolate
right?
is so like. What is yours? Like Cadbury? Is that like the main?
That's the UK one, but that's kind of shit now. I think it got bought out by Kraft. I think it was Kraft, and they've like Americanized it a bit. But that's Danish chocolate, it's so good. Oh wait, dude.
What are those? What are those? What's that one chocolate bar that looks like a pyramid?
Toblerone.
What's that? Where's that from?
That's Swiss.
I like that stuff.
It's just like the fucking go-to. You get that shit if you go to an airport.
Toblerones are
you go to an airport and you get a Toblerone because they're always on sale in the airport. You get like 3 for like £10.
Those things are so sweet though. Like they're incredibly rich.
They are very sweet. I don't know. I don't like them that much, mostly because they fucking hurt, dude. Like you can't bite one.
Oh yeah. Where they just stab the roof of your mouth, basically.
Yeah, like if you get one of those big ass ones from the fucking airport and you try to bite, you've got to like break it off with like a knife.
Yeah.
Or something. If you try to bite that thing, you're gonna break your teeth. It's so thick. Yeah, that's decent, but it's not my favorite. The best chocolate I ever had was I went to RuneFest actually, and there was this like Swedish or like Norwegian guy. One of the Nordic ones, and he was there with some Swedish or Norwegian Nordic chocolate, and it was like, you try this. It could have been drugged. I don't know. It was really good, though. It was like the creamiest chocolate I've ever had, and it was amazing.
Sometimes creamy chocolate isn't the greatest. I feel like that's where, when I think about like Cadbury and this other... What is the other chocolate?
Cadbury's not too creamy.
It's so creamy, I think. What was the other one I'm thinking of?
Because you're not used to it. I'm not sure. I mean... Cadbury's like the UK one.
Yeah, there's another one in America that's I don't even know if it's American brand, but it's just so incredibly creamy. It's like overbearing. It's like there's no texture.
Yeah, I get that.
It's just melting.
Yeah, I have no idea what it could be. I mean, the Danish one's called Marbu. I don't think you probably had that there. It's probably kind of niche. Actually, that might have been Danish. All the Nordic countries just kind of share all their shit. Like it's like they've got their own little trading block. They all share the same things. So maybe it's one of them. I don't know. But that's good.
What is the weirdest thing that Americans do that you just don't understand? Is there something that comes to mind at all?
I mean, I guess it's more the culture I don't understand. And that would be going into politics. I don't get like gun culture and stuff like that, I guess. Like stuff like that's weird to me. as a European, I've just never seen the need for it. I won't go too much into it because I don't want to like make that about. I'm gonna piss everyone off. It's like you can't really talk about it because like even American like left-wing guys will be like, yeah, guns are good, and I'm like, the fuck, dude, like. I don't know. I get it, to be fair.
Yeah,
I get it.
Just
you want to protect yourself.
Yeah, I'm not the one to even like make a remark on that, but like, yeah, that I definitely
I get it, but I just think it's unnecessary because I feel like I'd be less safe with a gun because I don't trust myself with a gun. And that's when you can get training for it, I suppose. But I don't trust myself in like times of distress, you know, like I don't know what I'd do with a fucking gun if I was really sad. I don't want to think about it. Man.
No.
So I'd rather not have that opportunity. That's probably the biggest thing I don't get. But I guess when your country is founded with the distrust of the government, it kind of makes sense from a historical standpoint. So I kind of get it, but it is fucking weird because I've never felt the need that in my life.
Yeah. No, I've never owned a gun, and like I grew up like my dad was against like having guns at all in the home. So like, yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean, what's the weirdest European thing to you?
I would probably say like I don't know. There's something strange. There was like a video I saw on Reddit with the, you know what I'm talking about with the Oblivion soundtrack, like going in the background where they like
yeah, you mean the like NPC people coming
there
up
were
to you.
Those people on the roof, and the old lady comes down like, "What are you guys working on the roof or something?" I'm like, do people actually sound like that, like unironically? Like,
I mean, I'm sure they do that everywhere. I don't know if it's like a European thing.
It just feels like old people there are like so traditional, like so incredibly like
maybe. I don't go out that much, man. I don't see that many normal people. Most of my relationships are online. But I mean, where I grew up in England, it was like you could go up to people in the street and talk to people. So I guess it would happen more often because people are generally quite chatty, even with strangers. So you might end up with more Oblivion NPC moments just because there's more people talking. But
yeah, that's.
I don't know. I don't know. It's like over there. Can you just go up to like a random person and be like, "Sup? Let's have a talk about shit."
It depends. If you're in like a park and you can kind of sense the vibe, you could probably approach somebody, but you have to be like really careful because some people just don't want to be approached at all here.
It's like that in like in the southern part of the UK. I hate it there. Like the northern UK, it's like a different country, I guess. I mean, it kind of almost is. Like the northern part of the UK is so culturally different than the south. I hate the south. I grew up in the north, and it's kind of like people feel the same way. Like there could honestly be a split. They could become two different countries, really, with the mindset people have. Dang. In the south, I feel like you cannot talk to people. People like if you try to say hi in the street, they'll look at you like you've just threatened them. In the north, you can literally just talk to anyone about anything for the most part, and it's cool.
One thing I have noticed, like something I actually am impressed by where it comes to like, I don't know, just European countries in general is like, I don't know. I feel like you guys are way more well-spoken than Americans in general.
Yeah, definitely not me.
I don't know. Like, I feel like your guys' bar is just is set so much higher. Like, I feel like Americans I mean, me as well. I'm included in this. Like, I sound so basic. Like I don't have any eloquence to my speech whatsoever. But when I hear,
you sound fine to me. I mean, I don't know. I come from a part of England where people sound like people. Like, have you seen Jeremy Kyle?
No.
Or like, it's like the UK version of like Jerry Springer or something. What's the American show where they bring people on, they fight, like have little domestic argument?
Is it Jerry Springer? Jerry Springer, yeah. I thought
it's like
first I thought I had Jerry Seinfeld in my head, but yeah.
Yeah, not quite. It'd be funny if he did that though. But yeah, it's like that. Everyone where I'm from sounds like a fucking idiot by default because we skip all of our letters in our words. Like I say letter rather than letter.
Yeah.
No, we sound kind of dumb. Yeah, we do it to the extreme though, and it gets even worse. Like there's parts of UK where you will have you listened to an Irish an old Irish guy speak? Because I can't even understand them. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's when it gets bad, is when you can't even understand your own language because
I feel like I can understand the average American better than the average. If I wasn't English and I'm used to like the really scuffed accents we have, I'd probably have an easier time understanding the average American because you guys speak kind of.
Everyone sounds relatively the same. Like you have your different like southern accents and stuff.
You speak properly.
Yeah.
Kinda.
There's nowhere.
We have differences, like a lot bigger differences.
Yeah, there's nowhere in the United States where there's like one place it's like you can't understand these people. It's like everyone is understandable. Yeah, that's true.
There's a few places in the UK definitely where it's like you kind of have to be from there. Like I remember I was streaming Among Us like a year ago, and there's a Scottish guy who watches me, and he came onto like Discord, and everyone would always be like, "What's he saying? What's he saying?" And I could hear him fine because I'm used to Scottish accents, but a lot of people cannot understand Scottish accents at all because they are quite intense,
thick.
So yeah, it's definitely a thing. I don't know. I feel like Americans. I disagree on the well-spoken thing. Maybe like when it comes to like, I don't know, average intelligence. I don't know that many. I don't know enough people, but
yeah, I guess I'm kind of like picking and choosing as well. Like I think of certain conversations I've had.
Yeah,
with people from like
maybe
England.
You've only spoke to smart Europeans or something.
I mean, okay, you know who Gentle Tractor is? He's that guy on Reddit.
I know who he is. Yeah.
That guy. That guy's incredibly well spoken. When I talked to him, it was just like super pleasant. I'm like, I sound like an idiot when I'm talking to you. So
yeah,
I hear that and I'm jealous.
I feel like that sometimes when I'm talking to people, but I generally just don't care anymore. I used to care a lot. I remember when I started streaming, I used to kind of put on an accent. Like I used to try speak proper English so more people would understand me. And yeah, I stopped doing that after like a year because I was like, who the fuck cares, man? I'm just gonna speak like an idiot.
Did anyone notice when you like stopped randomly?
Probably, but probably not for too long because I wasn't that big. I could just kind of reimagine myself and people would get over it in a week. I feel like being so American's a pretty big buff for like social media,
dude.
Because everyone understands you, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If you're Scottish, good luck like building a brand online where people have to listen to you because like 80% of the population by default cannot understand what you're saying.
Dude, it's definitely like really nice to be able to be understood by like everybody basically that speaks English.
Yeah, I mean, I lived in Denmark for like 5 years, and I speak very little Danish. I try, but
it's people speak English around there, like mostly.
Yeah, very well. Okay. Which honestly holds me back from learning because I can do like some things, like I can order a sandwich and I can like exchange pleasantries. But when it comes to having a conversation about if I have to call a tradesman or something to get to the house to fix something, I can't do shit.
Yeah.
So most people can speak pretty good English, and that probably holds me back from learning because I feel like being an English speaker is such a privilege, man. It's ridiculous.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We're so lazy and compared to the rest of the world. Like, people in Denmark will speak like 3 or 4 different languages like it's nothing. And then I'm just sat here barely speaking English. Like, it's crazy. We have it kind of easy when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, I had learned Spanish pretty well, and then I kind of lost it because I just stopped speaking it entirely. Like, I can still understand it and get by, but like...
Is Alabama... It's not too far from Mexico, right? It's just like... Isn't it just like Texas in between? Or something like that?
I mean, it's Louisiana and then Texas, but like... Yeah. I wouldn't say it's quite... Because I've lived in Texas as well. Texas is a lot more of a mixture. Here, it's just...
There's a lot of Spanish people down there, right? From, well, the early days of America.
In Texas, there's a ton of Hispanics. I don't know the percentage, but it's definitely very
like a lot of
mixed,
Americans speak Spanish. It's kind of interesting. I mean, in my school, like we did language classes, but they were just kind of like a free hour where you could just piss about because nobody took them seriously. Because English people are just arrogant. We just don't think we need to learn shit, I guess.
So, no, I mean, there definitely is that ignorance. I mean, I had a friend that his parents got divorced, and then his dad married an Asian that was like directly from, I don't even know where she was from. I think like, I don't even know what country, but basically she didn't speak. She spoke very broken English because she obviously didn't speak it as her first language. And my friend who was like 13 at the time thought his new mom was like super dumb because like she didn't know how to speak English, and like that's the kind of the ignorance that's the ignorance of Americans. Like you hear somebody that can't speak English properly because they haven't learned it, and you just think they're dumb. It's like, yeah, that's
it's probably the same anyway. I guess if people can't speak your language and then you can't speak theirs, you're just gonna assume they're stupid.
I know, it's horrible.
I probably get that over here. Like if I speak to somebody who doesn't speak English and I'm trying to speak Danish and I'm so bad. I can probably speak like 2% of the language, but I can try. I like point at things and be like light or something like that. And they probably think I'm a moron. Like I'm not exactly a genius, but yeah, I can see how like people can definitely think you're a moron if you can't speak a language to them.
Yeah, and then you start learning a language and you're like, oh, this is incredibly difficult. Like, okay, now I'm understanding. They're not dumb. They're just learning a language at
like
an older age.
The Asian languages, I don't know how else to call it. It sounds kind of dumb saying Asian languages because it's such a big place. They're really hard. I don't know, like Chinese and Japanese.
Yeah, it's out of control.
It's crazy.
Like symbols.
I could never learn those. Like Danish is a pretty hard language to learn, apparently, but
Spanish is one of the easiest languages to learn, and I still struggled big time.
I think Spanish is an interesting language. I'd like to learn it. It's kind of beautiful. I don't know. When I hear a Spanish speaker, I think it sounds cool. You know?
So beautiful. It's so simple too. Like there's hardly any exceptions to any of the rules. Like everything is just so straightforward. If whatever the word is spelled, that's what it sounds like. There's like no exceptions. It's really
English is like the opposite. We have such a dumb Actually, I think you guys have. I don't know if you've fixed it, but you've changed a lot of it to be just as dumb but different. Like you put Z's instead of S's in like loads of words and shit like that.
Yeah,
but English is kind of dumb.
And you know what the worst part about that is RuneScape has taught me to speak, or not really speak, I guess. Actually, kind of. You know, like when they come out with new weapons, for example, this is the best one, is the volatile staff. Like, in America, you call it volatile.
Okay.
That's the word, and so I learned
volatile. Yeah, that sounds so weird. But again, I'm. It's not really a word that's used in England anyway. I've never really said volatile.
Yeah,
I guess that's like science class or something.
Adding U's and adding S's instead of Z's is really confusing because I grew up with RuneScape in my life. So
because I literally have spent most of my like teenage and adult years online. I speak a weird mixture of like the both American and English. And yeah, I think that's just the curse of being online a lot. Like everyone's gonna do that. I think it is what it is.
Let me ask you, are you glad that you were born in a time with the internet and everything? Or do you kind of like...
I mean, I don't know anything else, so yeah, I guess so. I mean, I live a pretty decent life. I've gotten really lucky, though. Like, if you told me when I was like 15 that I'd be where I am now, living in a different country with like a mortgaged house and shit, married to a foreign woman, right? I would have never been like... I wouldn't have believed you. So right now, I'm pretty surprised at where I've gone, and I'm not really upset with anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I mean, yeah, if I was born in like the 50s or like 200 years ago, dude, my life might have been interesting, but I would have died of like some disease or something.
Dude,
so
when you look back, I mean, it was like toward the late 1800s where life expectancy finally started shooting up. But like, dude, before that,
we discovered soap.
I know. They finally realized, oh, maybe washing this poop and dirt off of my hands might help this guy with an open wound. Yeah, no, but it's crazy. The life expectancy back like in mid 1800s and before was like late 30s. Like that was
I think
average.
It was wasn't it mostly brought down because of child mortality? Like I don't think like people suddenly started like we still had old people, but most people died like when they were like 2. So it brought down the average so much. It wasn't
okay, that's actually a good thing. There was a statistic that was showing like in birth, because there was obviously a lot of deaths that just happened like before they were actually born, but they discounted all of those. But yeah, there probably was still a lot of like just children deaths of like 10.
I mean, kids like lick things, right? Like windows and shit.
Dude.
So imagine that back then. Like, you have kids like licking horses and shit and just dying of like...
skinning your knee or something like any kid would do and then just not doing anything about it. Like not disinfecting it. Like
you'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I can see why it was so dangerous back then because no one really kept that clean either. Like they'd have like a bath once a like a month
What's
or
a
two.
decade?
No, not that
shower,
long. But
yeah.
they'd whip out the fucking tub, and the family would all share the bath or something. Like,
yeah, I think
it was pretty grim.
There's just no possible way I would have. Dude, the craziest part about having lived back then is you literally know nothing. Like, you don't know anything. There's no books. I'm talking like 300 some years ago. If you're just a normal
Especially
peasant,
if you were poor, you had no access to shit. You were just there to farm or like die in some old guy's war. You were just useless as fuck.
Dude, some guy would just enter your town and just claim he's a magician and just do some just say something, just a complete lie, and you just believe it because, like, why not?
Yeah, and you buy his fucking weird shit and get scammed and blow up your house by accident.
Straight up.
I feel like people who like say, "Oh, I was born 100 years late." I think they just don't. They're not very smart because like things aren't perfect nowadays. Like, far from it, but like it's still a lot better than it was.
Yeah, it feels a lot safer, even though I don't know. That's debatable. The word safe, but I definitely can just
it
walk
depends where you
outside
live.
and feel
like
free.
If you're living in like rural fucking like Africa, it's probably not changed too much. But if you're living in like America or like Western Europe, at least, life's pretty good, man. I mean, there's problems, like people have their struggles and shit, but compared to 100 years ago, man, you'd be like drafted off into some guy's war or just dying in like sickness when you're 12.
This is completely off topic. I was watching like a bunch of I got into this rabbit hole of watching World War I documentaries and stuff.
Yeah, I do that,
bro. When I think of getting drafted into, like, if I would live back then in, like, you know, early 1900s, 1914 and stuff, being drafted to a war and just seeing how fucked up that war is, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And you just can't.
World War I was grim because like the trench warfare was insanely bad. Like, people would have their legs start rotting down there because it was so damp and shit. And like, apparently, like, at least the English commanders. Was America like involved in World War I much? I don't think it was. It a bit? I don't remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know they were heavily involved in World War II. World War One, not two. We mostly learn about World War II over here, and World War One I've only learned from like YouTube fucking documentaries and shit.
World War One was just like mass death, just horrible.
Yeah, it was a lot of it was incompetence. I think the British like leadership. Like, there was a guy, I forgot his name. It was like, he's really famous for being a moron. Like, he would just charge people into battle for the sake of his ego, and like hundreds of thousands of people died,
dude,
for fun. Like,
yeah, that's so messed up. When I hear of stuff like that, I'm like, yep, thank goodness I'm not in any war.
I would definitely be that guy, because I was born working class. I would have definitely been fucking sent off to some shitty trench. So yeah, again, I don't get the obsession with like living back then. It sounds shit. Unless you're rich. If you're rich, it was probably kind of sick. But yeah, most people aren't rich, so it's not good.
You see like those like 1800s movies and stuff. There's always like this rich people in this nice mansion. Like, oh, that looks pleasant. Like the very few elect that are just there.
Yeah, but if you're lucky enough to work in the nice mansion and get like a meal a day for free or something, yeah. Everyone else is on the field. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll pass.
Okay, here's a topic. If you have any extra, Dawn is wanting old man stories from early OSRS. Include some spicy drama too. Is there anything?
There probably is. Because, I mean, old man drama from beginning of all. There's always so much drama. It was like a decade ago though. So it's hard to like pick and choose. I remember all the Twitch drama in the early days because there was like stuff like the duck thing. There was Emily thing. There was Son on Old School getting banned 18 times. Dude, Twitch was so wild back then, man. It was ridiculous. Like, you had a guy pretending to be like Indian and shit, you know, Raj. And now he's like one of the biggest people on like the internet.
Yep.
Crazy how shit's blown up like that. He's weird as hell. And you had Son, who was just like, he was like the third biggest guy back then. He was calling people the F word and the N word like casually and shit. Like, the internet was wild back then. You can look up like the old conversations between him and like half of the old school stream was on like a podcast style thing with like Lord Kirk. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yeah.
And they were just literally like flaming each other so hard. And I remember Kirk had this awful fucking donation sound playing over all of it. And it was so bad. If anyone knows what the video I'm talking about is, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was so bad. But yeah, there was so much drama back then. I mean, there's probably drama like outside of that. But legit, it's a decade ago. Like it was 9 years ago. I've forgotten most of it.
Yeah.
Like just because it is old and I have a shit memory. If I had more time to think of specific things, I could probably think of stuff. But I can't really.
Yeah, there's just way too much. It's just like this big cloud. It feels like it's impossible to like choose.
It was like a different life, man. Yeah. Like when you're talking 10 years ago. Like 10 years ago, I was still in school, man. Like I'm almost 30 now.
Jeez,
crazy.
That is nuts. Like I started old school when I was 20. I'm 27, turning 28 next year.
I started around the same age. I think 2021.
Yeah, that's insane. Well, let me ask you one thing, just like as an old story. So you maxed approximately, you were one of those slow maxers, Shane.
Yeah, the first slow maxer, yeah.
Yeah. So how was that back in the day? Because there wasn't even a Max-Scape back then, was there?
No, I remember making a massive forum thread for forums. People used to use those, you know?
Yeah.
Basically suggesting a Max-Scape. And I don't know if they took the idea from me, but the interchangeable Max-Scape thing where you could like add a cape to it, that was my idea. Ooh. Just saying. Okay.
Shout out. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I made a thread about that, and it was really controversial back then. And I actually think the Max-Scape was the worst fucking update they ever did, even if I was someone who really wanted it originally. Because I feel like it's just changed the game so much.
It would have been fine if they...
If it wasn't insane.
If it was just like you get one of the perks.
And RS3's Max-Scape, you get 3, which is a lot more balanced. But you don't have to wear it. You can wear like your Infernal, like RS3 equivalent of the Infernal Cape, and that will have the free perks on it too. I kind of like that. It's more balanced, and you don't have to fucking wear it.
Yeah,
so I would do that on old school. But people might not want it because you're not RS3 bad. But yeah, the old school Max-Scape's dumb. I think it's made it a requirement to max in a way, just to get like all the overpowered shit. And that's not very good because back in the day, you only maxed if you really, really liked skilling or something, or you actually wanted to max. Now it's like kind of
to do it.
You have to do it, or you will be at a pretty large disadvantage. And I think that's just made the game. I don't know. I feel like RuneScape now is kind of soulless. Like it's all about grinding the fastest way to get X, Y, and Z. And I'm probably one of the people like encouraged it back in the day. But that's how I feel now, and I'm just kind of like, man, I kind of miss the good old days when people didn't like min-max absolutely everything. And it's kind of a problem I've got with the gaming industry as a whole nowadays. Like there's no fun allowed kind of thing.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like that.
But I'm a boomer. It's a pretty boomer take, but I just miss the good old days when like you could just do whatever the fuck you want. But nowadays you do something a bit different. People are like, why are you doing that? It's inefficient, bro. It's like,
What are your What were your thoughts on fresh start worlds for both games?
RS3 they both kind of sucked, really. But RS3's I actually played it because it was kind of like a league. You got points, and there was like a bit of a reward system for the points. So it's kind of like a league, but it wasn't a league. But it was the closest thing RS3's ever had. And RS3's never had like a temporary game mode. That's Darkscape, which was like Deadman mode, which didn't last long. So it was kind of cool. I never played the old school one because it's literally nothing new. It's just the same game.
Yeah. Would there have been
no incentive?
If they got rid of like Grand Exchange and some things, would you have been more interested or made it permanent potentially? Or are you just
Nah, I probably wouldn't have. Again, I think I'm just sick to death of old school, which is a me problem because I've played it for like probably. I really wish I could do the maths, but I'm pretty sure I've played old school for over 20,000 hours, maybe more.
Yeah, same.
Which is ridiculous. And then there's also like back in the day when I played that, probably like 5,000. I probably got almost 30,000 hours on RuneScape as a whole, which is fucking insane. How many days is that?
A lot. That's got to be like 1,300 days. Yeah, I think it's
1250, pretty close. Yeah,
Jesus. Yeah.
I've got. I don't know. I feel like I've done too much old school, so I only really get excited about RS3 now, which isn't like obviously a popular opinion because no one really has given it a go. I kind of hoped
really
more
is,
people would
yeah.
when I did, and there was a few, and it was kind of fun playing alongside them to see what they were doing. But yeah, I don't know if it'll ever really catch on. It's got so much of a stigma around it, I think.
There is.
Which I guess is fair enough.
Yeah,
I never played when all the shit happened, though.
I haven't even played RS3 ever. I haven't even logged into the game, but I just have this weird feeling that I'm not going to enjoy it. And that's only because of what everybody said, RS3 bad, OSRS
That's
good.
how I felt, and I loved it. But I'm obviously not going to convince you to play it. But if you ever do get like really bored of old school, RS3 is fun. Like
cool.
to
Iron
get
Man
that
mode.
Fix. Yeah, definitely. Fuck playing a main, man. It's some people do it, and people get mad at me when I say fuck playing a main. But yeah, I'm not going to ignore MTX. It's so in your face, man. It's bad.
That's not great. What do you think? What are your thoughts on a completionist cape in old school?
I kind of like it. I mean, I get it's kind of if it's not any better than a max cape and it doesn't push people to forced into like doing it.
What if
I think
is
it's
better
fine.
though? What if it's actually busted as fuck and it actually like encourages
honestly,
everyone to
if
do it?
they're gonna keep the max cape how it is, then I don't really see how it's gonna make it any worse by making a comp cape best in slot.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make the current situation because it's already bad. So this
is obviously a very unhealthy viewpoint for me, and so I'm just gonna state this right now: is like I don't actually want this to come out as I'm thinking of it. But what if? I mean, I wouldn't be completely opposed if Jagex just took the lead and say, "We're coming out with a fucking busted comp cape. Here's the requirements. Here's all the crazy perks you're gonna get from it." I'd honestly be very excited to like log in, but it would definitely have a lot of detriments to the game.
I mean, I'd probably go for it, but it'd probably be awful for the game. I think that one of the problems with the OG Max Cape was you essentially needed it for PvP because it was so busted.
God.
They had insane strength bonus. I think it has life bonus and stuff on RuneScape 3 too. You can still get it, but they made it on RuneScape 3 because the comp cape you had to kill bosses, right? But Reddit cried, and they removed the PVM aspect from it. So there's a separate achievement to kill all the bosses like once, and that gives you like the stat buff instead. Because Reddit didn't want to like they got the comp kit but couldn't do the fucking killing stuff, so they removed that and made it separate. So that's still a thing, actually. It's just different.
Okay.
I like completionist stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't mind it in old school.
I think it would be just something fun to go for, at least because I'm an endgame Iron Man that's just kind of been doing the same.
Don't you have like one of the best Iron Men, I think?
I have a pretty pimped out one, but I'm still missing like a few things. But it's real. You know what's actually crazy about this is I remember starting this account and looking at Curtis's account and just being like, dude, like he's just so far ahead of, like, it felt like everybody.
Because I always think of him as like the guy who's got a lot of shit.
Yeah, the crazy thing is like I actually think I maybe have passed him in total XP, which obviously is irrelevant now, but it's mainly about just items as an Iron Man. But yeah, like the only things he has over me is like an Ellie and like I don't know. There's probably a lot of other things. Like I'm missing some basic stuff like Sanguinesti. But
really,
yeah, it's nuts though to think like I've played this game obviously a fuck ton, but just thinking we're actually kind of in a similar spot, which I never thought would happen.
Yeah, but, I mean, Curtis is probably the most. I always say if someone asks me who's like the most dedicated streamer, I always say him because he's literally. I don't know. I can't do that. I have the shortest attention span. I will literally flick between games like every couple of weeks or less. He's been doing the same shit for like almost a decade now. He started streaming when I did, maybe like a month after.
Easy.
And he's been doing the same shit since, and that's respectable.
And he streams every day. He takes one day
pretty
off,
much,
but it's like it's just like it feels like he's always live. Like
he has insane work ethic.
Oh, it's so nuts. And it's the craziest part is his work ethic literally like came from streaming. Like it's not like he had prior experiences. I mean, at least I don't know his life, but I don't think he had many.
I don't know.
If any.
He probably did something, or maybe he came straight out of school. I feel like a lot of content creators came fresh out of school.
Yeah.
Like I've got little work experience outside of streaming. Like I worked in an office for like 3 months before streaming, doing admin work, which is just fucking Excel spreadsheet shit, very boring. And I worked in like an electronics store for like 2 weeks before I was like, fuck retail. I'm not doing this shit again.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm one of those guys who pretty much my whole working life I've been a self-employed clown. So I think there's a lot. That's why a lot of streamers also get into tax trouble, because self-employment tax is kind of crazy, at least over here. I think it's probably the same over there.
Yeah. It's like basically
and a lot of people, you don't get taught, like you get taught in school maybe how traditional taxes work.
Dude, they need to update the schooling system like so hard when it comes to real life problems.
They need like a class that just like is an hour a week just telling you how to be a fucking person.
Literally, there is none of that. And the worst thing about public school, at least here in America, is like you can literally basically get all A's and do nothing. I mean, I know it's maybe changed a little bit, but like, dude,
it's not different over here.
Yeah, it's not good.
I skipped like 2 years out of the 5 years of my high school because I just wouldn't go. And I got like B's in everything, and I did none of the like coursework stuff, which is part of the grade that you have to do at home. And I never did any. I got B's and C's and everything, which is like above the average. Jesus. And I didn't do anything.
I know.
It's very like it's kind of a low standard. I guess I don't know why, but education's not really taken that seriously.
Yeah, it's really not. It's getting worse, I think. I can't even imagine I don't know exactly what happened with COVID because I was just being a degenerate playing RuneScape all day when COVID was happening. But like kids weren't going to school. I mean, again, I don't even know of any like people because all my siblings are already like in college and stuff and older. But like, I don't even know what happened. Were people just doing school virtually, or were people like I don't know? Idea. I feel like that would mess with me so much if I had been a kid, like 15, and then all of a sudden I'm just out of school for months. I would have loved it, but it would have totally fucked with me because I just wouldn't have taken things as seriously. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for another pandemic to just not do any schoolwork, you know? Like
I don't know. I guess it would depend on the kid and the country and all the shit. I think in Denmark, I don't have kids or anything, but I drive past the school to get to like the shop.
Yeah.
And I noticed it was like closed for a while if I was like going in the morning or something.
That's nuts.
But I think they reopened faster than a lot of places in Denmark because they were kind of just like, well, it's kind of okay, guys. You'll be all right. And then people went back to school, I think. But I don't know. I don't know which country did what because I'm kind of like you. I don't really. I'm a dork who sits at home all day. I don't really care too much about what's happening. It doesn't affect me that much. So I was just kind of like, whatever.
It's also nice kind of being an adult and not having to worry about so many things. I feel like for me, being online so much causes me anxiety a little bit. Just like, obviously. And dude, and Twitter's getting worse too. I hate
I've removed Twitter from my phone just so I don't use it while I'm in like bed.
I need to do that. It's turning into Reddit, dude. It's turning into like seeing stuff you see on Reddit. It's just like shock factor stuff.
I don't think Reddit's that bad, you know? I think Reddit's way better than Twitter. Like, I'm not like an avid Redditor, but Twitter's so fucking shit. It's just everyone posting that shitty sync meme, dude. Let that sink in or some shit like that. I'm like... So like Reddit's kind of decent if you like follow some like niche
Reddit can be great
if
you follow good subreddits. The problem with Twitter was I wasn't even seeing my own people that I follow. It was every other post was a suggested post that I don't care about, and I swear to God, it was.
I'm looking through it right now, and I've got one person I follow and 3 suggested tweets.
I know it's out of control.
People I follow
care.
That follow someone else, and it's like, okay, this is someone. So I'm not following these people, bro.
So stupid.
I'm following the guy who follows them. Fuck off.
That's the problem with Twitter.
I know what you mean.
Like, initially, it was fine because there was anybody I wanted to follow, I'd see their things. Now it's like, dude, I'm seeing every single person on Twitter's thing because somebody follows them.
Yeah, it's kind of garbage, really.
Yeah,
I try to use it less and less. I think social media like is holding us back as a fucking like species. I don't know.
It literally is. I agree with that.
I mean, it's good that we're more interconnected and we can see more shit, but it's lowering the IQ of people, man. People are like the misinformation that goes around and just the general bullshit, and people don't care about people as much because it's just all a joke. And
No consequences to anything.
It's not fucking boomers, bro. Like someone's watching this, just like rolling their eyes, like here we fucking go again.
All right, here's a total change in topic.
Okay.
Akbar is asking, what is your spirit animal and why?
Like a fucking snail or something, man. I don't know. That's a question you hear a lot, right? It's like one of them Facebook questions, like, what's your spirit animal? And do you click it and it's like, yeah, have a deer, you know?
Yeah, it's
I don't know. Probably something slow and like fat.
I think I always wanted, or I want my spirit animal to be a giraffe because I think giraffes just look fucking awesome.
Big necks.
Yeah, just like so interesting. Like, how did that thing even come to be? Like a giraffe.
There must have been like a lot of trees and like not much low down, so they just like evolved the long ass neck.
I wonder if that's like a sexually this sounds weird. A sexually attractive thing to a giraffe to have a longer neck. Like, is that like something that like attracts mates? You know what I mean? Like having a longer
girthier neck, the
like,
better.
Just like I'm just imagining the evolution of a giraffe. Like the longer the neck, like those are the ones that actually got the mate and like.
I mean, it could be a thing, you know? Man. Like birds and shit, like attracted to like the feather colors and shit. Who's to say like the giraffe neck girth isn't like the number one indicator of like fertility or whatever the fuck?
Dude, have you ever seen a giraffe giving birth?
No,
bro.
I've seen like an elephant giving birth. It just like falls out.
Yeah, they just fall to the ground, and the placenta or whatever just fucking explodes. I'm like, oh my god, what did I just say?
I don't think birth looks good even in humans, man. I think it's just a pretty grim thing all around.
Dude, it's nature is just insane. I don't know.
Kind of pogs off. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, Trader Stan says no topics. Just tell him I said hi. He says,
all right, lad. What a nice guy.
Okay. How was your introduction to Germany border shopping? That's coming from Mads.
All right. Well, everyone in Europe kind of like border hops to like save money. Like all the Danish people will drive down to the German border and buy stuff there because Germany's cheaper than Denmark.
Is it significantly cheaper? Like, is it worth it?
Well, I only go down there to buy like soft drinks, and you can buy maybe like 24 cans of a drink here where I live for like $15, right? Okay. Kind of expensive, right?
That doesn't sound.
You go down there.
24 cans or
yeah. Small cans, like the 330 milliliter ones. Actually, you guys probably do ounces or some weird shit. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of a scam. But if I drive down there, which is 20 minutes away, I can get like 3 24 packs for like $12. It's insane cheap. Like, so yeah. And then everyone from like, I think Sweden goes to Denmark, and then everyone from like Norway goes to Sweden or some other fucking country. And basically everyone's just like hopping borders over here. Which again feeds into your thing earlier of how easy it is to just everyone's doing that shit. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone's had this on their mind, and Stooge is gonna ask. He asks, "How did it taste?"
Are we talking about the cum thing? I don't know, man. Like, I'll die on that hill. I still don't think it's that weird. I mean, have you tried it?
You know what's actually fucking funny and ironic is the fact that you said every dude, like, it's funny because like you're the only person I feel like's ever really mentioned it. I don't hear anybody else.
I see it on Twitter quite a lot because we always at me in the posts.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be fully transparent. It was after I had heard you say that you had tried it that I did try it. And
I inspired you to do that shit. Let's go.
I already knew exactly what it would taste like because you can fucking smell it. You know, like if you get it close enough, you can like smell.
I don't think it tasted like anything really. It was just very subtle.
It just tastes like, yeah. It's like.
I don't think it's that weird. I think if like people get so grossed out by it, but I think a lot of guys think that's like,
and
it's like a fetish for them, their girlfriend or whatever, to fucking eat that shit. I feel like if you're gonna expect that from someone, you should at least try it yourself, just so you know how they're gonna feel.
Literally, I just put my tongue on it, and I know this is graphic for a lot of people, but you know what? I realized I'm a human being. I'm gonna die one day. Why not just fucking do this? Just try it once, see what it's like.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was really liberating. It was a liberating experience. I feel more free after doing it. It just tasted like oat milk or something. Something
really,
just basic, just oatmeal.
I think people make a massive deal out of it. It's not like people act like I fucking do it on the regular. I did it once when I was like fucking 18 or some shit. Just because I was curious. And now I just know, that's a piece of knowledge I will have now till I die. And I'm okay with that. That's fine.
And you know what? Another thing. So, there's a podcast called Based After Dark, and Zoe Pancakes was a guest.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Not even a guest. She's actually part of the thing, but she was on it, and she was saying, like, if you're a dude and you haven't, I actually haven't tried to do this, but it was an eye opener. She said, if you're a dude and you haven't tried to suck your dick, what are you doing? Like, you should try to suck your dick at least
I've
once.
tried.
I just I can't even get close. So there would be no point of me even trying, because my fucking back would break. I felt like
in confidence, most people would probably admit to it. I don't know. I feel like, I just seen people joking about it. I'm like, well, I need to try now.
That's the thing. No, she put it
in such a challenge.
She put it in such a good way where it was like, why not? Like, what are you afraid of? Or like, just try something. Like, what's the point of just what's?
I don't disagree.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
It was a different light, and I was like, you know what? Now that I tried my cum, and I haven't tried to fucking suck my own
dick.
This
podcast has gone off the rails.
They always do toward the end.
Yeah,
but I'm like, you know what?
I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah. Normalize it, it's fine.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Zach, that was way too much information for a lot of my listeners.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Zach asks, as someone who has played RS from the start, what version of the game do you genuinely think will last longer, OS or RS3? Ooh, yeah, what would last longer?
I think they'd probably go down at the same time, right? Because they're both so big.
They will.
And it's owned by one company. I imagine they'd probably keep them both afloat as long as possible. And then they would probably, once it's no longer a good business move to keep them open, they would probably either try sell the company or just turn it all off and run off. I don't fucking know. Would they even do that? Would they probably sell it, right? Because that would be dumb just to turn it off and kill the business.
Dude, I don't even know how that would go down. I just can't even see the game ever going away.
They'd probably just end up downsizing over and over and over again to the point where it's
they
no
could just
longer,
have the
a
servers
thing.
running. That's all they need to do, just make bank still. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I imagine it'll be around for ages, but I think the question is how long will they last and be functioning?
Good. Yeah, that's a good point.
With exploits getting fixed or just being maintained, because then RuneScape Classic get not updated for so long, but the game just started sort of melting. Things stopped working in the game purely because of age or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird because do you ever see kids playing this game? I don't no, every kid's playing Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever the new game is. No new generations playing old school, it feels like.
There's less than 1%. There's a couple, but there's so little. I feel like this game will just die when we die.
With us, yeah. Which is kind of a beautiful thing in a way.
Yeah, I guess so.
We lived in the perfect little era where we got our addictive little.
And I'll go in the history books,
drug.
The fucking RuneScape generation.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. I don't see it going anytime soon because they are literally a $500 million company. That's kind of insane for what was an indie game.
Jesus, yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. And they'd probably just go down at the same time. They just keep both of them running to the point where they just break and then fade into obscurity.
Okay, Addy asks, what would you consider to be your brand of streaming?
That's a weird question because what's a brand of streaming? Know. I get the question because everyone's got that. I guess it's your niche, right? Because some people have if you stream, right? But you don't stream. Do you stream? I think I've seen you stream.
I stream, but I'm not I don't know. I stream pretty much part-time hours because I'm just lazy.
Yeah. If you streamed the podcast, that'd be your style, right? You'd be a podcaster.
Yeah.
if like Boaty, I always called him like a radio kind of guy. It's all about his music, and then he's also himself. Like he also carries it, obviously, but he was always like the music guy. And then Curtis is always that dude with all the sick account or some shit. Everyone's got like their little niche.
Yeah.
I don't know. My niche used to be a sweaty loser who was good at the game and had a high rank or something. Nowadays, I just kind of bluster around trying to find a new sort of niche every fucking few weeks, trying to reinvent myself constantly. So I don't really have one. I guess I'm trying to just find something I like and stick with it for a while and then move on. I always try to keep it kind of fresh, which is, I guess, a bit different than most people, because most people can't do that, as we said earlier. It's kind of a lucky position to be in. But I guess I just kind of I see myself as like kind of a clown. I just want to have fun, just enjoy shit with people, like vibe out. I kind of like the feeling of my stream to be like gaming on like the couch with the boys back in the day, like that kind of shit. I just like to chill out and enjoy shit. I don't really know.
Is it kind of hard to chill out some days and just like enjoy streaming? Do you?
Yeah, if I wake up and I'm in a fucking mood, man, I'll like snap at people randomly and I notice it. I've gotten better at that like over the years, but
yeah, if
I have a bad day, I can sometimes say things that sound a bit rude, even though I'm trying to be joking. I guess it's not that often or anything. But like, there's definitely days where like it's harder to be the funny guy or whatever, or like the playful, jokey guy, because sometimes you're just not in the fucking mood, man.
You just need to have that balance of a little bit of seriousness here and there.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing about streaming, because like, especially people who stream full time, I've kind of gotten to the point where I stream like 5 days a week. I kind of take it easy nowadays. I just stream like a good amount. At least I try to like stream 40 hours a week. Sometimes I'll go like 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week if I'm like going hard, but I'll chill out most of the time and treat it like job hours, because I do enjoy it more that way, because I have more time for myself. But if you go in live every day, let's say you're going hard, you stream like every day for like 3 weeks, there'll be a few days, man, where you just don't feel like it, but you're still going to go live because you're kind of in the zone or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there'll be people taking the piss and you're just not in a good mood that day, so you'll say something fucking stupid, like you flame them out or something, and it doesn't come across the right way. So yeah, it definitely happens. Like, it's not... Streamers can't always be like... I don't really think I've got a persona, but I definitely try to be the best version of myself when I'm live. And sometimes you can't be that best version of yourself. I don't think it's possible to be like that, because we're all human, right?
Yeah. I want to ask, do you have any like pet peeves when it comes to Twitch chat? Like anything that just fucking bothers you about
viewer
streaming?
Andes, man? Fucking viewer Andes. I hate them. And the guys are like, "Oh, your viewer count's lower than yesterday. This guy has more viewers than you." It's so like, bro, weird. I hide my view count. I don't even want to look at it, because it's just annoying. Because I used to do the thing where you look at your view count, it drops to like 10. Like, wait, what did I do, bro? It's not good.
So true. It's so true.
Not good.
Yeah,
so I turn it off.
But then you bump up 10 viewers, and you're like, I'm doing good. Like whatever I just said right there.
It's just not worth it though. It's like a double-edged sword. Yeah. You will feel worse when it goes down than as like it's not worth the payoff.
Better than when it goes up.
But yeah, I don't like the guys who come in and say shit like that, because just like, who cares, man?
They just don't understand. Like, there are genuinely viewers that think you want to hear that. They're like, "Ooh, your view count's higher than normal." Like, they think it's a compliment.
Yeah,
like they
makes it into a stressful situation.
Yep.
Because I think if you're like having a bad day, again, I hide it, so I try not to notice it anymore. But if you're having a bad day, let's say your viewer count's half what it is. But if you're a certain size streamer, you probably look at that and be like, "Fuck, man! Like, is my future safe here? Like, I do this for a living," and like, you start thinking that kind of shit. And I'm still at the size where I do that now. I think I'm at like the size of a streamer where I'm probably like one more big break away from being fucking, like at the point where I don't have to give a shit anymore.
Yep, just don't worry
about it. But I'm still on the edge between like full-time and like full-time I don't give a shit anymore status. Like, I'm still like in that zone. So I still care, and it does annoy me when people do that. People are going to do it now. but they always fucking did. So I usually ban those guys. So it doesn't really. I ban a lot of people, man. But he taught me well.
That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, it's good. I used to never ban people.
What's the fucking point of keeping them? I know that's every streamer. Every streamer starts out without banning anybody.
Yeah, I used to think I owed them everything. Like these people literally made me have this job, and then I'm just kind of like, well, these fucking 4 guys just killing the vibe is ruining it for like hundreds of people. Yeah. I'm just gonna ban them. Fuck them. Like for the longest time, I kept some really toxic guys around who were like, actual bastards, just because I felt like they owed me because like donated me 50 quid or something.
Yeah, God.
But then I banned them, and it was a great feeling, man. Yep. Fucking just getting rid of those kinds of people. Like if anyone's streaming and he's hesitating to ban someone, because just ban them. Fuck it. Like
the worst part is like when they haven't done anything actually malicious, but they're on like the border constantly, where it just seems innocent.
Yeah.
And if you were to ban them, they'd have like a little. Yeah, it's just like so cringe.
I mean, usually I always try, if it's someone who's like an actual regular, right, I'll usually DM them privately and ask them what's going on and see if that can help. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and it just makes it weird. And then you just ban them. It's whatever, you kind of have to, otherwise it'll just ruin your shit.
Yep.
Forever. So it's not worth it.
Okay, we've kind of covered, I was just glancing through the topics. It looks like we've covered majority of them. There's some repeat questions that we've kind of already touched on. We're approaching 3 hours. But...
It's actually been 3 hours. What the fuck?
It's almost been, It's
almost midnight here, yeah. Shit. Jesus Christ.
These fly by every single time. It's
nuts. It's been fun, honestly. I've enjoyed... It's kind of like a bit of a blast from the past. Like, reminds me of, not the Hexis podcast, because those things were kind of fucking weird, to be honest. I mean, they were fun.
Yeah.
But they had a totally different vibe.
Yeah, completely different person.
And it's also nicer to have a one-on-one conversation as opposed to like 4, 5, 6 people. I don't know. It feels too much for me. I'm kind of a quiet guy, dude. I don't like talking to like 8 people at once.
I'm the same. If I was on a podcast with like even one more guest, I just feel like I would let them talk.
There's like Raj podcasts or something like that, where he's like 10 guys on the fucking screen.
Out of control.
I could not go on one of those.
I would be that
so
dude
shy.
that's just sitting. Yeah, I would just never talk.
I just sit there, never talk. Yeah, I couldn't do it. It was kind of like that with Hexis podcast for me. I did talk a lot though. Because
but you have to start out that way, because if you don't start out as like the alpha,
people don't like you. If you're the loudmouth and no one knows, it's kind of like, who the fuck is this guy? Shut the fuck up, man.
The funny thing is, when it comes to like those dating shows and stuff on Twitch where there's like 10 people on, like you literally have to put if you're in there for clout in any sense,
you have to be obnoxious as fuck.
The crazy obnoxious person, because if you're not, you're just boring. Like they just
it worked for a lot of them, right? Loads of those guys got kind of big, like Slicker,
just be crazy,
went on to be a degen. But yeah, I don't know. It works for some. I don't think I'm built like that.
I couldn't do it. Yeah, but if you truly wanted the clout out of it, you just got to be an animal. Just gotta be crazy.
Yeah, that's just media, though, isn't it? You kind of have to be the most loud, annoying guy out there to do well.
I know.
Either that or just be really fucking consistent. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
or actually just be like an intelligent, handsome dude, which, we're all
now you're fine then.
No, absolutely not. Dude, I would genuinely, I've thought I was like really high one day and I was like, dude, I should go on one of these dating shows. Like just like pop in. I was like, that would be such a
It'd be funny, to be honest. I could see it being like a funny thing to do, but I don't think I could. It's just ridiculous. Like I don't know. People take those things so seriously and shit. Like,
I also don't have any game whatsoever. So if I was like against somebody, it's just like an insta loss, like insta fucking. Hell.
Yeah, I have negative like game. I've never had to because I've only been with one woman and it's my wife, and we met online, so there was no dating phase. Yeah. Like we were just honest with each other from the get go. That's I'm a big advocate of like e-dating, right? Because you don't have to date somebody. I feel like dating's kind of like weird. You kind of put on this show to like look better than you are, and then you people let themselves go right after the fact, and then you realize that you're with who you're with. That doesn't happen if you meet online. At least if you're honest from the start, because there's no need to flex online. It's online,
Dude,
we never really had that. It was just kind of like we knew what we're getting ourselves into. So I'm a big fan of e-dating. It's great. Would recommend.
I want to, like, I've downloaded some apps around here, just like the basic Tinder, Hinge, and
Yeah,
the Bumble
dude,
ones.
those things look. I never used them. They look fucking awful.
Bro, they are. First of all, they're incredibly predatory. Like, they will just try to get you to just buy these packages nonstop, which you obviously
what to like get
for.
more
Just
swipes
boosts
or whatever.
Yeah, get boosts for an hour, get 11 times more likes. Or
That's
whatever.
just like,
dude,
prostitution, but with a middleman instead of like. It's weird.
The
I don't
worst
know.
thing though is like I am living in Alabama, so like 90% of the people I see around my area are Christian conservatives, and it's like I'm just like, just can't.
I probably wouldn't like get on too well. I mean, I'm cool with most people, but
it's just we don't have the same mindset, so like this would never work out anyway. Like, yeah, you're cute or whatever, but like why would I even like try to go into this with like a healthy adult mindset?
Yeah, I'd need to be. I kind of have to be someone I agree with on most things, and I'm not very conservative nor Christian, so I probably wouldn't be able to date someone like that. I could be friends with someone like that. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's
sure.
fine, whatever. But like dating,
couldn't date someone because like me and Sophie are very alike. We disagree on like one or two things. That's fine. You know, I couldn't be with someone I don't disagree with like on fundamental shit because I'd just be arguing all the fucking time.
Yep, it would not work.
I wouldn't like that. Yeah, exactly. People get offended by that. They're like, why wouldn't you do that? Be more open-minded. It's like, I don't want to be fucking open-minded in my house.
I'm trying to be like who I am. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I want my house to be like just chill
safe
all the time. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. People act like that's a weakness. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna be with someone who like gets me 100%, and I get them, and that's perfect. Thanks.
Yeah. Like, I had grown up religious, and like in this sort of I don't know, environment, like growing up, like kids get married super young. Like, I'm talking like 19, 20. Yeah. And it's like, dude, it's unbelievable how often those marriages just completely fail because like they just grow up and they actually have their frontal lobe developed, and then like, oh, I don't actually like want to live this way. Yeah. And it's like,
I guess 25 isn't that young to get married. I think I was 25.
Yeah, 25 is like pretty normal.
That's probably all right. I feel 20 is a bit. I've changed so much since I was 20.
Know.
When I was 20, I was so fucking cringe. Like, I'm cringe now, but I was cringe back then.
Oh yeah,
like I was such a loser. Like, dude, I couldn't imagine committing my life to someone at 20 and locking it in.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. So, like, at this point in my life, I'm like, I'm not even, like, what's the point of even, like, trying to date a person you already know it's not going to work out with? Kind of, like.
It's just risky. Like, I mean, I met Sophie when I was 21 and I was cringe, but we kind of, we grew together, and then we got married, like, 5 years later when we figured out that this is cool. Yeah. But if you're 21 and getting married and locking it in, and you haven't had that time to really figure each other out, it's just like, you're getting divorced most likely, man. What are you doing?
Yep. It's bad.
Fuck that. I'm good. I mean, some people probably work out, but
rarely.
I wouldn't like my odds.
Yeah. It can work out, but like, holy shit, I would be that guy that's like, I need to leave. Like, I can't do this.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
good luck with that one.
Yeah. Okay, so we've kind of covered everything. So I want to offer you, or what am I saying? I want to ask you for 3 shout outs from the community. So anybody
to let be on the podcast.
Sorry? No, just saying shout outs in general, just for being awesome or whatever, just people you think are deserving. Not to be on the podcast, of course. Or, to be.
Shout out to my mom, right? For raising me. You know, I don't really know, dude. I'll be honest. I'm not good at shouting people out, to be honest. I'm so selfish, you know.
Is there anybody like in the community that you've been like, I don't know, maybe a streamer or just like I don't even know, just anybody in? I guess, yeah, I don't know. You just. Decide.
I mean, in terms of like community fucking heroes, it's kind of cliche, but Boaty is like literally one of the biggest reasons like I got into streaming and probably had a good like shot at it. Like, I owe that guy a lot, and I think I wouldn't say he's underrated because he's literally kind of a hero in the community, right? Everyone fucking loves him, But he's for a reason. So yeah, I guess he's kind of neat, kind of a neat guy. But I don't really have anyone that comes to mind because again, I'm not really good at. It's like picking favorites, man. I can't pick favorites. I've never been able to do that. I can't do it.
No, you're totally good. And
I'm passing.
Bodhi is like one of those shout outs that's like pretty much every other guest.
I'm going to guess he gets shouted out a lot, but it says he's literally helped and touched so many people's lives. Like he's done loads of charity work. He's uplifted countless creators. Like it's kind of hard not to hold him in high regard.
Yeah. No, he's definitely a beast. And honestly, like having him on the Sae Bae cast like a few months ago was like,
I did watch that one. Yeah.
That one was great. Like just hearing
like
his
6
story.
hours long, dude. Jesus Christ. Dude, I could see this going for like 6 hours if I wasn't so tired and it's almost midnight.
Oh yeah, no. I honestly the ones that go beyond like 3-4 hours, like these, I don't know. In my opinion, I just feel like people see that time length and they're like, nope, I'm not even gonna like start this because it's just too long.
I guess it is off-putting. Yeah. Like I used to watch a lot of Joe Rogan shit. I don't anymore. He's kind of gone off the deep end. But I used to watch lives, and what put me off watching him for a long time was they were like 2, 3, 4 hours long, and I was like, I ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah.
But then I started watching them. But so I get what you mean. If I see like a fucking 2-hour video, I'm like, man, I've got shit to do.
I know.
Okay? I'm gonna watch something else. So I get that.
Okay, Sick Nerd down. Okay, listen, audience, everybody, down in the description, we're gonna have Sick Nerd's Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, any other things you'd want linked?
No, I don't have that many socials. But yeah, drop a Prime sub on the Twitch, boys. Yeah, thanks.
Drop a Prime to Sick Nerd. He's gonna be. What are your main games this upcoming month that you think you're gonna
right
be
now? I want to say I just stopped playing Genfanad, which is like a not want to say a knockoff RuneScape, but it's quite similar.
Yeah.
But right now I'm kind of thinking of doing a month of variety stuff because I've been saying for so long I want to play like loads of different games. So I think this month's going to be a bit of a Wild West with my stuff. I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff. So
cool. All right, guys, Go drop a follow on all of his socials down below. And Sick Nerd, I really do appreciate your time tonight. It was
great, mate. Thanks for having me on.
I had a blast, guys. Thank you guys for listening, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.